hello. Can you hear me, chat? Testing, testing. What's up, chat? Let me back off this here. Turn this up a little bit. Do this. Alright, I think this is... Hang on, guys. I'm making sure my sound is good. Alright, I think I'm good. I think I'm alright. Yo, what's up, guys? Alright. Hang on. Alright, we got the translators and everything. How we doing? Crispy sound?
Here?
Nice, nice. Bro sounds dead. I mean, I'm just kind of waking up.
Can you all hear?
Oh, man. Nice little stream, though, chat. Oh, boy.
Okay, let's start.
Unfortunately, I don't have coffee,
It seems
though.
that the updates are very frequent. I'm Chongwoo, the executive producer. It's really nice to meet you guys.
Alright, here we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Junhee, project director.
Yes, and I'm the character designer, Songhyun, aka Origami.
Let's see here.
Oh, Origami Poor saying that your skin has gotten better.
Yeah, I changed my makeup.
One sec, chat. I'm changing something here.
Well, everyone. Oh, yesterday we had the second update about the Halloween. I hope that you're all having fun. Did Grand Hill, Sonia, and Tanya give you a good scare?
Yeah, there we go.
Really curious to hear all your feedback. We're back a little sooner than usual this time.
Alright, everything. Let's see what we got.
That's because G-Star 2025 is happening next week in Busan.
Original cook, please. Or origami cook, please. Oh, Jet done his goon.
So
Yo, it's
a lot of our
unboxing
team
day.
members will be busy because of G-Star, so we decided to bring you this update a little bit earlier.
Boy. Oh my goodness. We should be getting
So
predictions,
today's
probably all
stream
of
is
year.
packed with a lot of stuff that you will definitely enjoy.
We'll get story stuff.
Okay.
Sneak peek at the future.
And I believe that there were some issues in iPhone, so we're going to be giving a very quick fix. I'm very sorry
we'll see what
for all of the
happens.
inconveniences. So everything that we share today goes live 2 weeks from now on. It's on November 20th.
Hopefully you guys can
We have
hear
a
them
lot of things to
pretty
share,
well. If
so
not, let me know.
let's get ready for the lineup.
Story pack 19, 15,
Okay, so as you can
18.
see, this is the template. Everybody knows about this, and we have a
2026
lot to
story
share
update.
today. So we have
Skill
a lot
cutscenes.
of questions that came in. Thank you very much for making the
New
preparations.
battle content.
And for all of the feedback that we have received after
update
the
preview.
questions, we're going to be addressing them today, so we'll just move on very quickly.
So you'll probably expect this.
Origami should definitely cook.
So I always start the stream with, Junie, did you prepare anything? But I'll just get into it. We'll kick things off with a little gift, 10 draw tickets. Please check your mailbox right after the broadcast. All right, then let's get started.
No, they're not going to show any faded guests right now because it's all safe for the anniversary.
So first up, we've
Next
got
month
news
they're
about
going
the
to have
new story pack.
they're going to do the whole
Story
website
pack
thing
19.
like they always do.
All right, then let's get right into it.
All right, let's see.
Okay. Now, the pack is Story Pack
What this
19,
is all
Forgotten
about.
War. And we revisited the late arc flow and adjusted direction, so the update slipped a bit. Thanks for bearing with us. The Korean dub drops with the update, while Japanese dub will follow after. Thanks in advance for your patience.
Yeah, so it's Korean dub.
And at the request of Era, a demigod, Team Eustia arrives at an island, and it's the last battlefield from the war against the Night World. There's a gate connected to it, and Era tells us someone's trying to break the seal and asks the team to stop it.
I mean, it's probably Storis, if anything.
But in this island, no one is living, only lingering spirits of those who fought the Night World from the underground realm. And the team cuts through spirits who still think the war isn't over and head for the gate. So do you think that Team Eustia can protect the steel on the gate of the Night World? This wraps a major arc, Story Pack 19, Forgotten War. Hope you guys enjoy it.
After story pack.
All right,
20.
continuing.
Okay. Now, from packs 1 to 8, 9 to 14, and 15 to 18, these 3 seasons wrap up with pack 19.
Okay, so 19 is the finale.
And from story pack 20, a brand new setting begins.
Who is in
Pack
the brand new
20 is
setting?
planned for early 2026. And until then, this is the last main story mention, so I'll tease some post-20 characters today.
Oh. Oh, okay, so those are the
Very nice.
reveries there. I think that's Sonya.
Whoa, whoa.
Some chick with
something's covering
horns.
her chest.
This is a weird
Yeah, it's a different
preview
version of a
image.
sticker.
That looks wild. This is the last story,
It
then
looks
it
like
continues
silhouettes
6
of
months
a lot
later.
of characters.
I don't know if it's 6 months later.
Well,
I don't know what
right?
the timeline will be. But these are like the new
Yeah,
villains.
it looks like an acrylic stand, and
This
it
is
seems
Mother
that there
right
are
here.
12.
Yeah, it does look like an acrylic stand.
But I'm wondering if we continue with Eustia or
The
not.
wing
That's my
silhouette.
biggest question.
I think it will look really nice if we turn it into
I
a
don't
figure.
play Faded Guess. Shit is boring.
The girl sitting
Yeah,
on the
okay.
right
But if
side,
it was Sonya,
I
you
think
would be all over it.
that will appeal
This
to a lot
guy,
of
man.
players.
It seems that they are seducing us.
Not the timeline. I meant Dev released it 6
I
months.
mean, this is my
They
first time
didn't
actually
say 6
seeing
months
this
later. I think
silhouette.
they said early
But
2026.
really nice. A lot of hype.
So
Now,
Yeah, I'm
you've
not
heard
sure
of them
when.
in season events, and the huge character that fills up the screen in the back is Iveloa, and on her hands, there are 12 reverences.
Iveloa. Okay, so that's
They serve
mother.
Iveloa as their mother and act by her will. Now, you know
There we
Greta
go.
from the previous season event, Stigma of Dreams. She is number 5, and Darian and Sonya, who are both from earlier seasons, are number 7 and number 11. Their numbers are branded on the body, somewhere in their body, and the lower the number, the stronger they are. Starting from pack 20, they will appear as top antagonist, but also playable and attractive at the same time.
Yo, I haven't
And
seen Range
by the way,
in
guys,
stream
they are all
in
female.
literally forever. What's this guy doing here? Yo, what's up, 2300? What's up, man?
It looks
Morning,
really
morning.
nice. I really like that.
The Espada.
And this is the image that we have already shown you
Low-key,
in the
kinda like
Korean
the
stream
Espada.
first. We wanted to highlight Iveloa's big heart hidden behind the reverences. She'll appear with power to match that size.
It looks
Number
very
6 has a
powerful.
sus pose.
We can already feel
Yeah,
how
I can't
strong
really
she
tell
is.
much from the silhouettes. I'm just wondering who will be the
And we
main
cannot reveal
people.
more. Sorry, guys.
But
All right, next up, we've got news on the new season event. Junie, take it away.
no,
Sure.
Tyr.
Now,
Tyr wasn't a reverie.
this
She was
is
like
a season event called Crossroads. It's
Guardian
basically
for-
a post-epilogue of Pack 19.
uh,
Facing a
Evola,
towering
Evola's
enemy,
daughter.
Sarazad and Gray feel their limits and grow in their own ways. Oh, look at Gray's outfit. It's so flashy. It seems like he's a king or something. Is he actually on that side? Well, please take
Please
a look
check out
at
the
that.
story,
Yeah,
yes.
the story.
So this is post story pack
So
19.
after this story, Gray will be stepping back from the spotlight for a while. He'll be preparing for the future in his own way. He won't appear in the main story for some time, but don't worry, Gray fans, he's not gone forever. As one of the original characters, we made sure to honor him with a stunning new standing illustration.
Oh.
Shara. Oh shit.
So she used to have the best legs in
gray-
our game.
gray-looking
It's really
kingly.
curious to see her leveled up look.
Yes, that's right. This story mainly focuses on the growth and journey of Sarazide and Sarah.
Oh, look at this image. She's so impactful.
Yes, very impressive.
So maybe the main characters
How will
won't be
Eclipse
in
and
the
Sarah's growth
story
be connected?
post 20
Find
for a
out in the
while? I don't
season
know.
event. Enjoy. This event will run for just 2 weeks, no separate parts this time. The story will be fully completed within this single event as well.
Yeah, so I think that it's really going to be very compact.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Alright.
next up is Story Pack Revamp.
These are
Chuni,
the
tell us the deets.
rewrites.
All right.
Wish 2D sprites
So it's been a
are
while, but
lackluster or
Story
not
Pack 19
chibi.
is
I agree,
finally here.
2200.
We know it's hard to enjoy a new
100% agree.
story if the previous ones didn't quite click, right? So before releasing this one, we renewed
unfortunate,
Story
but it
Packs
is what it
15
is.
to 18, which make up Season 3. The overall storyline stays the same, but we've
what's up,
improved
Ray? Happy
several
birthday,
scenes
bro.
that fans pointed out,
Thank you for the 2.
mainly by adjusting or removing some dialogue. Coming up next, there will be some spoilers, so if you haven't played Story Packs 15 to 18 yet, you might want to be careful from here on out.
Alright, what's...
First, we added the PV trailers directly into the game. We felt it was a shame having those immersive PV trailers only as separate videos, so now, except for the parts that
Oh,
were
looks like
already
they
used as
addressed
special
dimensional
scenes,
gates. This is gonna be funny.
those PV trailers were included into the story itself. Next,
Holy
we've
Relic and
shortened the
Grey
dimensional
Black
gate
Dragon?
segments.
Oh,
Many
boy.
players said that it felt overused, and we totally agreed. So from now on, unless it's really necessary, characters will walk in and out instead of just teleporting. We also reworked the Saurus's design and concept. He's supposed to be one of the strongest figures in the world, but his early, plain-looking design didn't really match that. So we revamped him with a look worthy of his status as a true villain.
So they gave him more of a beard, I guess?
Yeah, so it's like an ajashi at the convenience store, you know?
If that happens,
Ajashi at the
plus
convenience
their
store.
free-to-play
Yeah.
baseness, then that would be the best game hands down.
Yeah, maybe he likes to drink
Makgeolli,
rice
like
wine.
the rice wine.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, as for Atrax's Eye, Saurus's most powerful ability, it was honestly too overpowered, which made it hard to keep future Saurus balanced.
Really?
So we made an adjustment. Now, even with that eye, he cannot see the future of someone whose fate is stronger than his. We also refined the
Okay.
scene where Gray loses his relic and simplified the overall concept of the Holy Relic. Lastly, we scaled down the Black Dragon Arcanor from Story Pack 17. Many players pointed out that it didn't make sense for humans to take down a dragon powerful enough to destroy the world.
The Dragon Arcanor was ridiculous.
And regarding the feedback, we agreed. So now Arcanor is reduced to an unnamed ancient beast.
Okay.
Instead
I
of
kind of
having the
agree
name
with the
Arcanor.
dragon, bro.
And its visual
That
size
shit
has
was-
also been reduced for consistency.
That shit was hilariously bad.
We've also changed
Yeah, they nerfed
Olivia's
Storus.
ending. Well, we actually mentioned this in the Korean stream before, but wanted to share the same update with our global fans as well.
Dude, Oliver's
In the
boob is
previous
huge.
stream, we said the ending won't change, but after reading all your feedback, we gave it a lot of thoughts. And after a lot of internal discussion, we decided to make a change. Originally, Olivia's story ended with her complete disappearance, but so many fans expressed how sad they were about that ending. And honestly, our team still had a lot of love
she
for her
alive?
as well. So now, instead of her vanishing entirely, her soul and memories fade, but her body remains in a deep sleep. It's still a
Okay.
bittersweet ending, but we felt that leaving a hint of life gives a much warmer, more comforting
So
closure.
she's in a forever comatose or coma.
We also
Alright.
reworked the reason behind her downfall. In the original story, Liberta ended up getting too much hate, and it didn't feel fully convincing. So now Olivia's corruption has nothing to do with Liberta. We know we once said we won't change it for those who liked the old story, but we also saw comments like, who were these people that liked it? Or do they even exist? Or are they just clicking satisfied in the survey? Honestly, what we worry about the most are the silent players, those who don't leave feedback but might still feel something's off.
I mean, I could see
Outside
people
of
being
Korea,
annoyed
it's
at
not easy to
Liberta,
get direct
but
feedback. So we rely a lot on surveys, and those who don't respond remain a mystery. Because of this, we handle most policies, including story, very carefully, knowing some players dislike change itself. We only make a change when we are confident it's the right upgrade, and unless feedback is overwhelmingly one-sided, we stay cautious.
okay.
So we were conservative about changing the ending too. This wasn't a simple kill or save choice. We asked ourselves, what ending truly fits Olivia?
So she's
And one
dead, kind
comment
of.
really resonated. Even if Olivia gets weaker, I hope she stays alive so Yustia can be happy.
Okay.
To be honest, ever since Olivia first appeared in Story Packs 13, we planned her story to end with her death. But looking back now, that might have been the wrong path.
I hate
Everyone
the
on
trope
the team
revive so
really
much.
loves Olivia, so as the main character
so there's no
of the
risk.
second anniversary update, she should have had
Yeah.
an ending that truly reflected their love.
It sounds
we
like
deeply regret that we couldn't give her that sooner.
it sounds
We
like
sincerely apologize for any
she's not
confusion
gonna get
this change may have
revived,
caused, and
but
from now
she's
on, we'll be
just
extra careful with major
they're
story
giving her
decisions
like a
this, especially when it
peaceful
comes to a character's
sort
death.
of not necessarily death, but
Just
like a
Story
peaceful
Pack 19,
ending
the
rather
renewed
than
stories
having her
will include
completely
Korean
killed off.
voice acting, and Japanese dubbing is currently in the works. We'll release it as soon as it's ready.
Dead but warm, happy, compromise.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Because
So,
I know
I'm
all of you are
sorry
super
about that.
popular. I guess
I'm
as
just
long
going
as
to
she's not
be
in the
drinking some
story
water.
anymore, I'm
getting
fine
very
with
thirsty for all of the updates.
that. But yeah, and I know there were some people that were like kind of
Okay, so since
little
we have a
bit
lot of story
happy with
renewals, there was a
Liberta,
very
some
long
weren't.
update.
some were.
And I'll just move on to the next one. So it is about our plan for the 2026 story
2026
content.
story update.
Please go ahead, Junie. Are you okay?
Yes. I'm less thirsty now.
What's the
Origami,
point if we
it
can't
seems
revive
like you're
her?
very silent.
They just didn't want to completely kill her off.
Maybe
They
I
basically
should,
said it's for
Just
doze
doze
off a
off.
little bit.
to give
have a
like
little nap
Eustia
here.
peace, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm okay. Okay, please
She's
go
not
ahead.
gonna be revived though. I don't think they would have
All
mentioned
right,
it.
let's talk about the renewal direction for Story Packs 1 to 14. Based on your feedback from global surveys, the biggest priority is to make the early chapters more immersive.
I could agree with the immersive part.
Players also pointed out several things, like the sudden actions of Latel, a few frustrating or unclear story progressions,
Haven't read
power
the story
balance
since
issues, and wanting to know more about
7.
each character's background. The next main story will start with Eustia as the main character, and it's being designed to address all of those points we just mentioned. And one more thing. We're collaborating with experienced external writers for this early story renewal. We'll share more details once we're ready to announce them.
Experienced story writers.
We
for this
previously
renewal.
mentioned we'll update it in the first half of the year, but since we're now working with outside writers and not limiting the scope of revisions,
So they
we cannot
got
give you
outside
an exact date
writers.
yet.
for this. Interesting. I feel bad for that one
We
guy,
have to continue our discussion with the external writers how much the scope will be.
even though he's still like
Still,
the head
main
writer.
story is the foundation of the game. We'll take our time to make sure it turns out great.
Okay.
In 2025, we mainly focused on expanding the main story, but in 2026, we plan to give character packs equal attention and release more than 10 packs total, making sure there are no content gaps.
Yeah,
We're
I
also
don't know how they're
preparing
going to
show more
handle
parallel
new
worlds
story
through
packs.
character packs. But we understand some players felt it was harder to connect with new characters from unfamiliar worlds. So for the first half of the year, the character packs will be linked to existing worlds instead. And since more new packs can increase field fatigue, we're adjusting the system. Repeatable rewards like drops, gluties, and monsters will be removed, while one-time rewards like treasure, chests, and investigation items will give higher rewards instead. And we'll give more update regarding this later. Once you clear all quests, you won't
They're
need
gonna
to
spend
re-enter
6
those
months
fields,
fixing
and
the
no
story
in-game
instead of
shop
writing new
NPCs
shit.
will
I
be
think they're
placed
gonna
there as
split it
well.
up. I'm
These
guessing.
changes will start with the 2.50 year winter event pack this year.
So 2025 plot focus, character
You
focus.
don't
glue
hear
talk.
my voice cracking, right?
No, it's okay.
2026
I'm
glue talk,
self-conscious.
after
Sorry.
story, daily life story, character pack,
Sorry,
season
let me
event,
drink
etc.
Water once more.
Yeah, there's a lot that Chuni needs to share. And it's only 20% of the updates that we've shared so far.
All right, let me continue. In
Jet
2025,
Forces,
our
I
focus
cut
was
the
mainly
cap.
on expanding
I
the
see
main
what you do,
storyline
You do
through
like
the
level
story packs,
1
but
for
in
everything.
2026,
Get
our
this
top
guy out of
priority
here.
will be maximizing each character's charm.
Bro was doing level 9
In
last
other
year,
words,
now he does
cranking
level
up
2.
the character appeal factor to the fullest. We totally understand when players say, I want to dive deeper into the characters, but there's not enough content. Right now, the only real personal story we have is through Glue Talk, and even that ends after episode 10 with no continuation.
Right.
We also heard your feedback that there's a lack of detailed storytelling, emotional depth, and character-driven moments, and we agree. So
don't
as
think the
mentioned
devs feel-
earlier, we'll be adding a lot more
I don't know,
character
I'm not getting a
packs,
tense feeling
which
from
are
the
lighter
devs.
than main story packs. And every single one will focus on bringing out each character's unique charm.
Okay, so we're
Oh,
getting
we're also working on
after
something new, a
stories.
series of daily life stories, which we previously teased under the keyword monologue. These will show little moments from each character's everyday life. For example, you might see Eustia's cooking episodes or Sarah's story involving magic stones.
Interesting.
Daily life stories will first roll out for new characters added after the update, then gradually expand to existing characters as well. We'll also keep adding new fated guests, and every existing fated guest will get follow-up episodes. The first one will be Nebris, who's getting episode 3 around the 2.5th anniversary.
So Nebris is
Many of
getting...
you asked us to add new fated guest stories even if there's no interaction yet, and yes, we're looking into that as well.
Okay. Bro, are they
Beyond
hiring
just
a
pretty
new
illustrations, we
studio?
want you to truly feel who
Well,
these
they sound
characters
like they
are,
got
what
new
they
writers,
like, how they
so...
think, and what makes
Or
them
they've
special.
outsourced
So we're
new
working
writers.
with multiple teams to make that happen, and
So,
once
you
the
know, they're
plan
making
becomes
some
more
money now,
concrete,
so I
we'll
guess they
share
can do
all the
this.
details right away. All right, next up, finally, it's time for origami.
Okay, so everybody stretch. Now
Oh,
it's
new
my time.
costumes. All right, let's see. It should be Olivier and then somebody else. So,
All right, origami,
let's
please
see
take
what
it
we
away.
got.
Okay. Now, I don't really have
Get
a lot
to
to
the
share
good
because there's
shit.
only
I don't
one new
care about
costume today. I'm
story.
saving juice for the big next update.
Okay, so there's one
but
new
I assure
costume.
you
Okay.
that I'll still give you plenty today. Please stay tuned, guys. Okay, so I'm now going to be starting off
Yep, and there we
with
go.
the first one.
Olivier. So they're gonna do Olivier, and then they're gonna do a rerun, and then it's gonna be prepping for December Annie.
I think this is my first time seeing this, but the white dress
guessing.
and the black wings coming out, it's very
Holy
impactful.
thighs, man!
Mm-hmm. It's kind of different, you know, seeing the images and actually seeing
Yes.
the black wings coming out of her.
Yes, popping out of the white dress is
Dude, I'm
really
also saving
powerful.
juice.
And also, I don't know if it's just me, but I see Justia in Olivia's face. I mean, or is it the other way around?
Yeah,
There's a little bit of a Justia that I see there.
she looks just, and she has this kind of heavenly feeling,
Someone
you
said,
know?
"Damn those hips."
Some
No, no,
fan
no.
just said it's half and half or
Don't
something
keep
like
asking
that.
those kind of questions. Well, I'll be covering up the concept because Chuni, he has been sharing a lot today, so I'm just going to be giving
knew this
time
was
so
coming.
that he can breathe. Now, Olivier, which is Yustia's mother and a top Valkyrie, gets a new costume.
Yep,
My
yep,
saint, my goddess, Olivier. At last, we get to see her original version. And I'm not gonna lie, she's my not-so-holy thirst for our noble Valkyrie goddess is still alive, and I'm down bad, and I want her. That's period. So
What?
she has a lot. I hope that she gets a lot of popularity. I hope that she becomes the fan favorite that everyone adores. And she's a light DPS with big AoE that refunds SP. And the more enemies you tag, the harder it hits. And you get
And
more
that's
SP
period.
back.
No way. Oh, origami.
Yeah,
The
this-
performance.
yeah. Think about her, not just her. Not about the costumes and the performance. Now, Olivier
Oh, she'll be
appears
available.
at Pack 18's Tavern.
Pack 18 tavern.
And if you
okay.
saved a premium contract, use it now. I just want to be clear. Don't roll
If they introduce
yet,
new character,
guys.
no.
Go recruit her at Pack 18's Tavern first. And then recruit Olivier. Don't roll yet.
But I mean,
Great
we said
advice.
it clearly, but we will still see players not doing it.
Promise, guys,
One
don't
to one
roll.
taken from story.
Recruit her.
Crazy.
Right,
much.
this time we only got one new costume coming, sadly. But I mean, as you will see in the next segment, some limited costumes are making a comeback as well. We have 2.5th
so
anniversary coming up.
Rerun costumes are coming, which isn't
have-
surprising.
The past limited costumes, we have a rerun coming up with those limited winter costumes. So we've spaced out the pickup schedule a bit before the 2.5th anniversary, which means that you might want to save those draw tickets. So please recruit her. Do not waste your draw tickets yet. Something big's coming. I'm telling you. So
hyping it up.
please save everything for something big that's coming very
Something
soon.
big is
so
coming,
plan
chat.
accordingly. All right, then let's dive into skill cutscenes.
The skill
Okay,
had
so
SP
there's something
regen
big
and
coming up,
Lucia's triangle
guys.
shaped AoE. Yeah, we'll see if they keep
All right, let's go.
it. Holy thighs, bro. The original Olivier.
Holy
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she looks very just.
and very pure.
Mm-hmm. And
She can
look, she's on
pull
the
her
full
sword anywhere, huh?
Very
White.
white. And I love the animation, the wings.
Eye sword, that's new.
I
It
love
is.
it, and I love her face expression as well.
We have armpits, thighs, her womb.
Is that intentional? Because of Live
Oh
2D?
my God.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm just going to be moving on because if I give you all the deets, then it's not going to be that fun.
All right, there's something about the wings, so please pay attention.
I do the wings
So I
change.
love that her outfit goes really well with her holy image, and there's a little bit of a reveal, but you know, it surely gives off this powerful charisma worthy of the strongest Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very impactful skill cutscene.
Okay,
There's
now
no
this is the
beat
final
sword.
piece
Noxus,
of
I
Olivia's
think
3
you're
motions of
disappointed,
pulling
buddy.
out the sword, and this time she pulls out the sword from her thighs. I'm probably the only one calling it that though. Everyone else has their own name for it, right? And I know that there are these concept ideas I've been saving for Olivia since last year, wanting it to hit hard, and I'm glad that they finally made it in. While thinking of something that could embrace everything and give
Black
birth
wings
to
in his
everything,
skin?
my thoughts slowly drifted this away, and that's how this version came to be. And after all the darker, fallen style kind of motions,
Not
getting this
sure.
righteous heavenly one from above, it really turned out hot.
It's
I love
holy
it.
and dirty at the same time. Someone commented. It's very
Holy and
I
dirty
love
is
that.
crazy.
What about her foot? What if we kind of like pull out the sword from her foot?
Oh my God. Yo,
Anyways, let's move on.
Okay.
yo, it's too early for this, bro.
Event
Keep
pack
going.
and season
Next
event rerun.
subject.
So starting with the 4th of December, this will come your way. So let's see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got reruns.
Okay, now the winter event packs from 2023 and 2024 are going permanent. The 2024 pack,
Noxus,
which
they're
was the
ready.
Nightmare
You're mine,
Winter,
buddy.
was the
Don't
one where
project
the
onto me.
legendary Bunny Eclipse made her debut. Personally, I've got a soft spot for both the pack and its same titled OST, the Nightmare Winter, which is still one of my favorites. Now then there's Memory's Edge from 2024, a cyberpunk-style story where the intense, crackling reverse Bunny Rowan lit up the screen. Both packs will become permanent in December, so you can jump back in anytime and have fun with them. Oh, and heads up guys, starting with these two, and for all future event pack permanents, your previous play records will stay exactly as they are. Now, this season event, Fireworks Memories, which came out around the same time as the Nightmare Winter Pack, is getting a rerun. Originally, it used SD-style character cutscenes, but this time we rebuilt it as a visual novel version with illustrated dialogue scenes. At first, we'd planned to convert all past season events into this visual novel style, but lately we've seen that a lot of players still prefer the old SD look. And since switching everything to the visual novel style takes a good chunk of dev time, we decided to stop full conversions or conversions for now and just let you replay them in their original SD format. And this rerun will also run for 2 weeks, so make sure to jump in while it's live. So it's the same as Sarah's season event and this season event. So these two events are going to be running for 2 weeks each. Next up, we've got the Fiend Hunter and Guild Raid lineup. First is Basilic. It's a water element physical type boss that casts a shield on itself and has a battle pattern that lets it reset its own skill cooldowns. Next is EON. It's a wind element magic type monster that extends buff duration for fire element allies and also resets
I
its skill
speak for
cooldown.
everyone
So
when
the
we
longer
do
the fight goes,
not
the
care.
scarier it gets. And finally, Dark
I love when they
Ruler
try to show the Fiend on the Guild
Kerasinga
Raid.
is a dark element magic type boss. It doesn't recover much SP each turn,
No one
but
ever
when it gets
cares
hit by the boss's
until it's
attacks,
just out.
it gains a huge amount of SP back. That's its signature battle pattern. And the Bunny Trio, Eclipse, Celia, and Rowan, are making a comeback. They were the stars of
Remember, his
those
edge
event
was
packs,
definitely
and
peak
now
Billy.
they're back together again.
These are the main characters of
Okay,
the
so new
0.5
bunnies
fifth
come out
anniversary.
December 16th.
Yes,
which
now all their limited
we know.
costume pickups will run for 4 full weeks, and during the 2.5th anniversary period, we're dropping one brand new limited costume too. And by the way, it's not a buffer.
So
With all
it
these
ends
back-to-back limited
mid-January,
costume
the
pickups,
anniversary.
Newer players might feel a little bit overwhelmed.
December 16th,
But
January
don't
16th.
worry, the 2.5th anniversary event will be packed with ways to earn plenty of draw tickets. How about it, Origami? Are you confident about all of these characters for the 2.5th anniversary?
Yes, I am confident. We've got fresh concepts for the bunny girls again, but I don't really want to oversell because I'm a bit scared if you guys are going to be, if I'm going to be letting you guys down. But hang tight, give us a little more time,
like
and
I
we'll
feel
spill
like
all the
it's-
details soon.
It's hard to fuck up a bunny costume.
You
Nikkei
said that you will
already
give,
fucked it up
your
bad.
career, entire career for the 0.5th anniversary.
Why
so
is it
what
only
about
me?
this time?
All of you guys need to put all your careers in. I'm so
Sometimes I
scared.
really worry for life, about my career.
If there's going to be no response from the players or fans, then I think I need to quit my job then.
But hasn't been the case, right? So I mean, you can slip this one time, and fans will.
But it's really
understand.
up to our fans. It's not really up to us.
Our fans are generous, so it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Okay.
I can risk my career. Then I'll
Bunny
risk
Row
my career
rep
then.
inside. They're
Okay,
not.
then. I guess I'm safe.
They're not coming. Stop it. They're
Alright.
literally done with Sonya. It's not
Finally,
happening.
you've all been waiting for this one for too long. At
I
last,
swear this
a
guy.
brand new battle content is coming. All right, take it away.
Okay. All right, now introducing our new PvP content, Golden Coliseum. Sorry it took us this long to bring it to you guys. Now, on the screen you can see Greta,
Range,
and
we know
right
you bought the
behind her
Rouge skin,
it's
buddy. It's
Levia.
okay.
The Golden Coliseum
Bro
is
spent $60
well, actually,
for her to be covered
It's
up.
exactly what it sounds like, a massive golden arena built in Genar, where battles for
man.
glory never stop. Genar is the demon kingdom where only one law rules. Its might
There's
makes
definitely
right.
not going to be any
Everyone
lollies.
there steps into the Colosseum to prove their strength and to fight for honor and power. This story takes place in the same original world
Ray,
as the
do you
main
even play this
storyline,
game
and
anymore?
Greta, who appears here as a key NPC, will also show up often in next year's story packs. This will be launching as a new pack, and its story comes in the form of a short visual novel-style episode.
It should be interesting.
Now, this is how it looks. Golden Coliseum is a seasonal mode, and the rules completely change every season. And each
5v5.
season will test out different formation concepts to keep things
Nine,
fresh and
40.
fun. Growth stats apply just like in other modes. Your character level, awakening, costume enhancements, potentials, that all counts. The only thing not applied is gear.
Release
So yeah,
Greta.
think of it like Tower of Salvation rules. This mode is all about building and refining your formation to fit whatever new rules each season brings. So to avoid the gear fatigue, like having to refit or refresh equipment every patch, we stripped out all the management stuff so that you can focus purely on formation building fun. Now let's walk through the first season rules
Okay,
shown on
so
the
it's
screen
just
here.
based off
Keep this in
formation?
mind, these are still in testing and may change at launch. Okay, now starting from the top row. The field size is 5x5 and you can deploy up to 9 characters. And matchmaking is random, just like Mirror War. So you don't need to see your opponent beforehand. You just queue and go. You get 40 entries per day, but if you only care about the daily participation rewards, playing once a day is totally enough to get it. So you can do it just once a day. That would be enough. Next, let's talk about the action system.
Action
Now,
system.
the turn unit here is just one character. So unlike other modes where your whole team rushes in together, here your characters and your opponent's characters take turns one by one, alternating back and forth. The first or second move is 100% random. There are blessings for the first move and blessings for the second move, basically team-wide buffs. To offset the disadvantage of going second, the second team gets more blessing points. We'll go into the detail on blessings in a bit. Also, when we say turn all, it means one turn passes only after both sides finish their actions. And next is about rules. Now, there are no skill cooldowns. This is, I guess, a bit of a change. And SP is unlimited. You'll be spamming skills every turn. And if you get silenced or when death time starts, that's when you'll use normal attacks instead. Chains don't reset until the battle ends, so the longer the fight goes, the harder both sides hit. And other than that, you'll be starting at 1000 rating points. There is going to be a reset, and the death time begins from turn 11. And that's all the rules. It was a bit long, I know, but thanks for sticking with me throughout.
Okay,
It would have
so
been really
there's
better
4
if we were able to see the
seasons.
screen together. But anyhow, thank you guys. And once the rule set is chosen, it stays for 2 seasons. And after launch, we'll keep rotating new rules every 2 weeks, then expand on whichever ones players say that was most fun. And if you got cool rule ideas, drop them in the community. We will totally check them out. We're going to be including many different rules, so if you say that, oh, this rule is more fun than the other rules, then we are going to be
Meta's
sticking
gonna be
with
fucked
it.
up in this? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be more of a casual mode.
And
But we'll
here's
see
the
what the
main lobby
rewards are for
screen
it.
you'll see when you enter. There's no separate field. You move around with arrow keys in the Golden Coliseum.
Yeah, it
the
looks
main
like
lobby works like the post-battle screen in Mirror War.
if you attempt this
And we
once, you
skipped
get
the field
100k
to cut
gold,
down the
which
extra
is
clicks
really
you
nothing.
needed in Mirror War, Evil Castle, or The Last Night. I thought that it was kind of a nuisance, and that's why we have added no field at all, but it does kind of feel empty, right? So we'll see how it feels live, and if it's missing that soul or convenience, then we might add some vibe back in later. Here's the formation setup screen. It's similar to the usual battle UI, but this time you can deploy each costume as its own unit. For example, you can send out all 4 versions of Rubia at once. And I think that this is quite of a change this time. So please stay tuned.
So
and
you
attack
can
and
have
defense
all
use the same
costumes on
formation.
field.
And on the right side, you'll see a button. You can tap it and
That's
set up
interesting.
your gladiator's blessing.
And then these are the items they
The
give you?
blessings are the most important part of formation design in Golden Coliseum. They're basically global buffs that apply to your whole team, and you can mix and
If it
match
gives
them
gems
freely
every day,
within
it's
a
great.
set
If
point
not,
cap. There's no
Well,
collecting or
I remember them
upgrading,
saying
so this means that
last
everyone
live
plays on an
stream
equal
that
footing,
this is like
and only the
more of a
point cap
casual
changes
mode, but we'll
between
see.
seasons. So just say that everybody has an equal footing, and if your formation
If it actually
focuses
turns
on
out to be
fire
fun,
units,
then,
then
that's
you can
good.
load up blessings that boost fire stats, or you could go for the counter damage buffs, HP
I
or
doubt it's
shield
gonna
buffs,
give
and
tickets,
other
though.
defensive setups. Now think of it as shared gear for your whole team, like the relics in Tower of Salvation. Since there are no SP or cooldown limits in the first season, the blessing synergy is huge, and you can get super creative with the combos.
I like the no gear part. Yeah, I like it too, because
Now,
having
one
to always
formation handles
respect
both
gear
first
can be
and second
annoying.
turns, but since the team that goes second starts at an
So
advantage,
anyone can participate.
totally random, and it gets extra blessing points, so they start slightly stronger to even it out. So this is the original settings. And next up is the battle
Damn, so
record
scared to
screen.
lock the
You
rewards
can
by
view your
PvP.
match history split
I mean,
between
regular
first move
PvP
and
has
second
decent
move
rewards,
games.
depending on
And
how
if
high
your
you get.
formation gets
Plus the
called into
shot.
another player's battle and they win or lose against it,
But
your
I don't
rating
think they
doesn't
want
change
this
and
to
it won't be
be
locked. So
as
don't worry.
competitive.
Now,
if
this
I
is
had
how
to
the
guess.
matchmaking works. It works just like the Mirror War. It pairs you with players of similar rank totally at random.
3, 4, 5,
And you
6,
can
7,
skip from turn 1 if you want. Also, with
Yeah, this
Golden
is a
Coliseum,
fucking
we're
clusterfuck,
finally
holy
adding
shit.
3 times of battle speed.
They're adding times 3 battle speed? Is that for everything though? Or is that just PvP?
Oh, is this new skip screen? Like for the Golden Colosseum, it's really cute. It
Yeah.
was always Gray and
So
Sarah.
both sides attack?
so-
Yeah, it's turn based. So one
Yeah,
one
we
person
actually
goes,
changed it because
the
Sarah
next
and Gray
person,
kept
the
showing
next
up.
person,
We just
so
let
on and
Sarah
so
rest
forth.
her legs. I'll just give her a massage later.
After earning currency rewards, players can purchase.
Season rewards
Oh,
will
okay,
be
so you
given
can purchase draw
out as a
tickets.
special currency exclusive to the Golden Colosseum
Ancient
called
crystals
Aurum
and refined.
coins.
Okay.
For example, the top tier players will get 100 coins, the next tier 80, and so on based on your rank. You can use these coins in the shop to buy draw tickets, ancient
Alright, so
crystals,
we're trying
refined
it out
crystal,
for sure,
deco
chat.
coins, and more. Now keep in mind, all rewards have a weekly purchase limit. Rank-based rewards are calculated by percentage, with the top 0.1% qualifying for the highest tier, and your ranking will also be displayed played for honor, just
So
like
there's
the
a
guild
weekly
rate
purchase
system.
limit.
Players who reach the top ranks will earn a special Greta sticker, and a ranking podium area will be added later in a future update. The season schedule runs from Thursday 9 a.m. to Wednesday midnight, so it won't overlap with the Mirror Wars
No
recent
tiers,
time.
but to be fair, I feel like
At
there's
launch,
plenty.
It will run as a
Plenty of ways
trial
to get
season, and the
tiers.
detailed rules may still change before release.
Or I guess maybe
We've
I'm
got
crazy.
plenty more to cover today besides the Golden Colosseum. J2, our battle content lead, couldn't join us this time, but he will share more details
finding
later
crystals
through
are
a
nice,
separate stream or demo video. I just briefly
Yeah, I was
went
just
through the
thinking more
rules,
ancient
but it
crystals
was
is great.
already too
We're
long,
finding
so
crystals.
please stay tuned for J2's separate stream or demo video.
Is he going to be alone in that stream?
Maybe we should do
Nice.
that. Maybe we should ask him to do
Yeah, we'll
it
try it out,
all by
chat.
himself.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the host, and he's going to be.
And I'm sure getting
asking
rewards
and
won't be
answering all of the questions.
hard anyway.
Okay. So after the stream, we're going to be making corrections. I believe that there has been some mistakes or typos.
So
in
Jet,
other
after
languages,
this
yes.
DK
Yeah.
stream, yo, you guys want me to come back? Oh man.
So this is regarding some rewords in like 5 times more or something. I think the little bit of an incorrect information in other languages. So
Incorrect info.
I think the Korean reflected the last minute change, but the translations didn't. So please understand.
Yeah, I think that for the settlement, there are a lot of things that haven't been updated yet. So
Wait.
please do not refer to this screen, but through an update note, we're going to be giving you corrected versions.
Yes,
Okay,
so what you're
this
seeing
might
is not final.
Okay.
What you're seeing is not final, so please stay tuned for the more
Fake
accurate
red
updates.
Yeah, we are going to be giving you notifications. Next up is system improvements. Tell us the deets. I'm not really sure whether if the interpreters are okay because we're done with 50% of the updates, but there's really a lot.
System improvements.
If we look
So
at the
far, this is a
columns,
very boring
it was
stream.
3
I mean,
times more than our usual stream.
Nothing's
and
really gonna happen
80%
because they're
of
saving
the
everything
lines
for
are actually
Annie.
Chuni's lines.
Yes.
I'm not really sure if the interpreters are okay.
So, but we're already halfway
Plus,
through.
we knew
so
Olivier would be one of the
we must
costumes
have talked
too,
really
so-
fast.
Okay, so
a
we're just
gonna
little
take
bit
a
of
be
pause
updates
and
and sneak
continue
peeks.
because the translators must be rapping as well.
Okay, so tell us the deeds.
What's this here?
Didn't you say that we should pause for a little
Oh,
bit?
we did. We actually did for like a few seconds. Yeah. Don't mind, guys. We're okay.
Not a lot of new
first
stuff.
up, we're adding a
waiting for
new story
anniversary,
menu
pretty
to the
much.
system. Browndust2 shares part of the
Beginning of
previous game's
December, they're
world,
going to
but
drop
we've
like
said
the
before,
website, and
it's
then they're probably
ultimately a
going to plan
different
another
universe.
stream.
So players from the first game might have wondered how much of the old world still connects. And for new players, what's this backstory everyone's talking about?
The anniversary is next month.
So, to make it clear for everyone, we've organized all the official Browndust2 lore in timeline order, so
Okay,
you can
they
check the
got
same information
the
directly
lore
in-game.
organized.
It will be also updated regularly as the main story moves forward.
Okay.
We've also added a term tooltip feature, so if you come across a word you don't know, you can check it right away. So you might be wondering, what is blood imprint? Now you can find out instantly.
What is blood imprint?
Nice update.
I'm
Or
a
I
little
swear Annie
confused,
was
so
a
I
couple
looked
months
up,
ago.
but
LOL, damn.
blood imprint
I
is
know,
actually
right?
a curse created by Soras. It's a ritual that stores terror
Time is
inside
flying,
human
but
blood.
yeah,
He
anniversary
experimented
is
with it on
literally next
people,
month.
and
It's
everyone
crazy.
died except Latel, the only survivor.
Or
Stories
half
like
Annie,
this
excuse me.
can now be found in the new timeline and glossary actions.
So move on to the next one.
Alright, next up, the timeline feature.
Oh, they got a
Both the
timeline.
story packs and season event stories tie into the main storyline, so we've organized them in chronological order to make the timeline clear. The top row shows the story packs, the bottom row shows the season events. You can tap each logo to jump
Wait,
straight into
Stigma
the
of
story.
Dreams is before.
And also, we've added a glossary tab that I mentioned earlier. They're listed in descending order by language, and you can search directly for any term you want to search. As
Fry
for the
will be happy
remaining
with
story
that.
improvements,
Yeah.
we couldn't finish the season event log view. And also replay for past event stories. This time, unfortunately, we had to push them back. But don't worry, they are coming in the next story update.
Is it going to be added in the 2.5?
It's going to be January,
Is
not
that
the
a play button
25th anniversary.
for-
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's only 2 months away, guys, so please stay tuned. Yeah, there has been a lot of content that has been updated, but I believe that there has been a time gap. So overall, when we're designing it or organizing it, we're definitely putting that into account. But I guess that we have a huge event coming, which is the 2.5th. Maybe some are missing, but please stay tuned. Next up, what is it, Chuni?
You'll also be able to preview cutscenes for costumes you don't own yet. In the collection menu, you can check out all costume skill cutscenes. The ones
feel like it's-
you don't own will appear with a gray translucent overlay, but you
I
can
guess that's a
still
nice
watch
feature.
the animations. For costumes you do own, you can freely view their skill cutscenes from the character details screen. Alright, you must like this. Next up, Pack Shop UI improvement. Now all shops that were previously only accessible
Shop
through
looks a little
field
cleaner.
NPCs have been combined into one unified shop interface. So no matter which pack you're currently in, you can easily browse and trade items from any other
Even though
pack
I
shop.
rarely use it unless I
You
really
can now
need
filter and bulk
pills.
purchase just the cooking ingredients you need. When selling in bulk, you can now choose by ingredient or dish type and set your own markup rate before selling everything at once. Also, the discount or markup rate applied when selling items will now be clearly displayed in the shop UI, so you will always know the exact final price adjustment for each item. Next, we're adding the new market price chart feature. You will now be able to see at a glance today's high selling price, the best date and price to sell your items, and the details of the pack. And one more update, the top price cycle is changing. Previously, items reached their highest sale price once a year, but now for everything except equipment, like cooking ingredients, food, holy stones, and crafting materials, prices will hit their peak every 28 days. This update will go live on December 4th, so mark your calendars.
Oh, look at all of the responses and the feedbacks that we're getting from our fans. Look at the chat.
Nice.
Yeah, so it seems that Origami and myself, we're just not adding anything. It's just
Yes,
Chuni all
please
along.
save your energy for 2.5th anniversary, guys. All right, this is the individual setting for the voice actors. Regardless of the
You can change
the language,
voice acting.
you can also freely set the character's voice. For example, even if the basic setting language is Japanese, you can set specific costumes interaction language in Korean. This will also be updated in December 4th.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a little sneak peek of what's coming up to the 2.5th anniversary.
Sneak peek, boys.
Now, Origami, I believe that you felt unfortunate.
They're
so
gonna show
please
like
take
a
it away. I'm
boob
just
or
going to be
something
stretching
like
a
that.
bit.
Getting ready.
So everybody, it's time for you to stretch.
Let's see what we got.
Now it's my turn.
All right.
Okay, help me out,
Oh, you
chat.
can
It's
already see the
already up.
screen.
Who are they?
Here are the silhouettes of the upcoming 2.5th
Help me
anniversary
out.
costumes. Honestly, I'm pretty sure most of you can already guess who's who, right? Every time Browndust2 drops a
Let me see.
0.5 update, everyone's wondering, okay, what kind of wild and spicy designs are we getting this
Is
time?
this one
Just
Zenith right
hang
here?
tight. Soon you'll be able to unwrap them one by one, nice and slow.
What are you going to be unwrapping?
Who's the tall
You know,
chick?
slow pleasure. We went for a theme park style vibe at first,
Theme
but
park style
somewhere along
vibe.
the way, it
Oh wait,
started
yeah, that's
feeling
Zenith.
like winter edition Victoria's
Who is
Secret
this with the pigtails?
look. For this winter, we wanted to capture that warmth only Browndust2 can bring.
Yeah, it seems that, one of them kind of sticks out because of the silhouette, right? Well, you can totally tell, but we won't know for sure. But, without the wings, you can actually tell because of her silhouette. Thank you, Origami, for the hard work. Oh,
Holy,
Cutscenes.
oh my, yo.
Well, I put a lot of
Lip
thought
service
into
is
the
back.
cutscenes. We kept asking ourselves, how can we warm up our fans' cold
What the
winter?
fu-
You know the cozy feeling when you grab some hot snacks like hope bombs,
Chat?
hold them close to on your way home, and take
What
your
is
first
going on in
steamy
this
bite?
cutscene?
I need that warmth.
What is
I
she
want to
holding,
deliver that
chat?
warmth to you.
I don't know where you get these kind of ideas.
Okay, who is this though?
I don't know. Like when I'm writing my script, I'm in this space, in my own space.
Yeah, I think that one
Yeah,
is
you
Tyr.
can see that there is a bow and a bowstring too, so you can probably tell who she is.
So Zenith, I think this is Tyr.
Anyway, guys, you
Tyr's
just
kinda
need to wait
short.
until the
That's the short
2.5th
girl.
anniversary. This is just a sneak peek, so let's just wrap up. But I have one question, which is if you look at the silhouette, you have this little space where you see the highlights. Who actually asked for that? Who came up with this idea?
I mean, somebody suggested it, so I was like, oh yes, I want that, and then I took that opportunity right away.
So
Zenith deserves
who
another
gets
costume.
to choose where to highlight? Is it you, Origami?
Yeah, Tyr's definitely
I mean,
the
Junie
the
proposed
chubby
the
one.
idea, but he didn't specify where. But I took that opportunity.
So I guess Origami, it's totally
Banana.
up to you.
You know, we understand each other. I mean, we didn't have to say everything out loud.
Okay, so we actually wanted to show a little bit more to our fans. That's why.
Is it Wilhelmina?
So what is that?
Is one of
Oh,
them
it's a
Wilhelmina?
gear?
Actually, I
Where
wouldn't
is
be
the hand
surprised if
placed
one of them was
on?
Wilhelmina.
Like a
What
gear?
is she holding? Yeah, we tried to hide the silhouette, but I guess that it's the gear that you guys know.
I have no idea what kind of gear that is, but okay, we'll just move on.
Okay,
Like,
so
no
we're
more
just going
ad-lib.
to be sticking to the
It's
lines
gonna be
because this is
very,
all off script. These are all
hard for the
ad-libs,
translators.
guys. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, it's
Stick
my
to the
turn
script,
now.
boys.
Okay,
50%
first of
off.
all, we are going to be having a quick look at these special packages coming this November. November is basically peak deal season, right? So we're announcing these early so everyone can plan their package buys ahead. First off, I want to ask you guys how
50%
was
off
yesterday's
packs is
November
crazy.
11th buy one get one free drop. If you needed selective tickets or draws, I bet it hit the spot, but if not,
Win my
maybe it
giveaways,
felt a
Jet.
little bit
Okay,
light.
buddy.
But, at the end of November, there is Black Friday. So we are prepping some major discounts again this year. It is the same concept as last
Yeah,
time.
if the-
We have
if the
50% off
$90
property pickup
packs-
packages. It's limited to one per account. It's basically the same as last year. So the
okay.
pickup packages, which change every 2 weeks, we are going to be giving it to you with a 50% off.
That's crazy.
And we'll send you the notice once it drops for full details.
Browndust2 to Steam. Wow. Look at that. That's
Okay,
a
next
W.
up, the stream version.
That's a
Okay, we
huge
are
W.
currently prepping for the launch ahead of the 2.5th anniversary. Now we are prepping
Actually insane.
day and night. We have opened the shop images and pages, and we're also prepping for the event. We're at the very last
They
stage
finally
of
got to
launching.
Steam, boys. That's insane.
We will definitely give you the deets later on once everything is fixed. And the Steam version is not going to be a new one, so we are just going to be remaining the current page and also the plays as well. So it's just going to be an integration. There is going to be many different games in the library of Steam, and if you want to play on Steam, then you can also play it on the Steam environment. So you'll be playing on the same servers and version as before.
Nice.
However, you will be able to launch and manage the game directly from Steam and use Steam's payment options for benefits. It's a perfect time to jump in for those who haven't tried our game yet.
Hopefully
but
they don't.
If you're already
I'm
playing,
assuming they're gonna make
then
it
you can
18
prefer
plus
the
on Steam,
Steam
so.
environment, and this will make it
But for the most
very
part,
easy
this
for
is-
you.
this
So
is a
please
very
help
good
spread
thing.
the word.
I know
if
Steam's
people
been on some
around you,
bullshit.
friends around you don't really know our game yet. Okay,
But
next
they
up.
should be fine.
Okay, so now let's talk about the offline events for 2.5th anniversary. First, in Seoul, we'll be joining the Animation and Game Festival, also known as EGF, in early December. And in Taipei, it says a lot of question marks. And we will reveal what that means on the next slide. We will also be back at Winter Comic Con. We've been showing up regularly now. We've actually participated in the Summer Comic Con.
It was the summer was 107, right?
No, it was 106.
I think there's a
Goated
little bit of
from
error
Modders.
in the.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to
So
be
it was
making
Sure, the
changes
mod is
anyway.
gonna go crazy.
I mean, we can be at
Yeah,
the
of
108th
course.
one, right?
That's our aim. Yeah, we're just going to be continuing on with this journey. We'll be regularly showing up at Comic-Cats. And thinking back to our first one a year ago, it feels like a lifetime ago. A lot of things changed, and we're working very hard to level up our booth again this year. And lastly, we'll be heading to Guangzhou for the Firefly comic exhibition from January 1st to 3rd.
That's crazy.
So we are very deep in preparation for that too. I know that there are fans everywhere. I guess that you can
Can you
hang out with
imagine if
us
they did a
again.
soap
So we are
land
putting in a lot of effort so that all our fans can enjoy. So please look
I wish I
forward
could
to
go to
both the game
Comic-Cats.
updates
Same,
and the
bro.
events as well. So let's move on. Now, what's the mystery in Taipei? Drum roll, please.
Where are they
Show us.
going?
Okay.
They're doing a Glupy live in Taipei. Okay, so they're doing their anniversary.
As you can
live
see on the
stream.
screen, we have the
That many.
2.5th anniversary event coming up. We have the Glupy Live that will be held in Taipei.
Damn, so it's 2 days before Annie.
Do you guys remember that we had our second anniversary live show, which was hosted at our HQ? It was actually the first time where we have invited our fans. But this time, we are going to be heading to Taipei. Well, I wouldn't say that this is a world tour because it sounds too grand, but we are trying to get bigger and better in Taipei, and Taipei is our first destination. So during our second anniversary, we hosted it at our HQ, which is located in Pangyo, Korea. However, there were a lot of things that we have learned from last year, and we are definitely going to get better in Taipei. And we did also get a lot of feedback for upgrades. So we will be giving you an upgraded, higher quality show. And we will be also sharing you a lot of details about our
What day is
updates.
that?
And I know that there are a lot of fans who came to our HQ. I know that you felt that a lot was lacking. So
Okay,
we're
so that'll
definitely
be
going to be working harder
what is
to
that?
give you better updates.
Saturday
And I
morning.
hope that our show and event in Taipei will be way better. So,
Take a
Glupy
turn,
Live
hot spray
will
stirred
keep on
into a
evolving
soap
little by
land.
little. Now, please look forward to how far it's come this time.
Bring back Vanica DJ. Hey, she might be in those silhouettes.
And for the recruit of the participants of the Glupy Live that will be held in Taipei, we are definitely going to be sharing the deets. We will be sending you notifications, so please stay tuned, guys.
Hoyo dropping another game.
We have interpreters
If only I gave a damn about Hoyo.
for the Taipei channel. I hope that they can spread out the words loud and clear. Okay, next up, we've got updates on the survey. These are actually the mid results so far. Okay, let's jump right into the first question. So the first question was, did you enjoy the story for the Halloween night season event?
So compared to the previous summer event, Beauty on Duty, this one
Somewhat
scored a bit
enjoyable.
lower on the fun scale. It was closer to Stigma of Dreams, which featured Sonia and Jarian. I mean, it's still interim analysis, but about 1/4 of players haven't not watched the story yet. So 25% of the players haven't enjoyed it. So a little bit disappointing for sure. So the next question is actually connected to the previous one. So what did you like or dislike about the Halloween night story? So on the
Fun
green
story
text
cutscenes,
shows the
Halloween
positive
atmosphere.
feedback. Players said they enjoyed the cute character charm and the fairy tale-like story.
Yep, it's
Plus,
alright.
the overall Halloween theme, mood, and music were big hits as well. On the other hand, the red text reflected the negatives. Some felt the story was too short, lacking in content, and others mentioned that the event felt repetitive, making it a little bit less fresh.
Yes, and lastly, we asked an open-ended question to those who said they haven't watched it. We asked, why didn't you watch the Halloween night story? And the top answer was simply lack of time, which, yeah, we totally get, but we
that's
also
probably
saw a lot of
number one
people
reason.
mentioning low expectations, and that one honestly hurts a bit. We're really sorry about that, and it just makes us want to bounce back faster to deliver stories that actually get people hyped again.
Well, yeah, even if time's short, if there's real excitement, I think players will come back to watch. For those who said it was not fun and those who skipped it because there was no time, will work harder so it feels at least a little bit more enjoyable. And ultimately, something you can look forward to. Checking it was fun for the next time we have a survey.
All right. Next up, we asked about Angelica's fated guest story. Because story is really important to us, as you guys all know. So we asked what players were saying in the community and what came out in the survey.
I don't read the
well, I guess
stories
it
now.
didn't
I don't
line
got
up
time.
perfectly,
I mean, it's
but
hard to read.
I guess it's something
If
that
you're
we
playing
need to
multiple
interpret
gacha games,
carefully.
it's hard to
Chuni,
read
what's your
every
take on this
story.
one?
Yeah, looking at
I
the
get it.
survey results, the fun rate was lower than Sylvia's Bikini
I just
Agent
want my
fated guest
gems.
story, and quite a few players
Most
didn't
players
watch
skip
this
story,
one at
but the
all.
Halloween skins are awesome. Yeah.
So it's probably because it's the interim results, but anyways. Less fun
22%
ratio
I
than
didn't read the
Bikini
story.
Agent Sylvia. Well, let's take a look at the written feedback later.
Yeah, we also asked why players found it fun or not so fun, and among those who said it wasn't fun, I guess the most common feedback was that the ending felt unsatisfying and that the story lacked conviction or persuasiveness.
Right. We got a lot of feedback on the final act. Many said the ending felt sudden and hard to accept.
Lack of
The cosplay show in
consistency,
public scene
persuasive.
felt off. Some also felt the story lacked the consistency and logic and couldn't accept the characters' actions.
Low
Regarding
expectations, damn, I
interactions,
think about
people said it's not enough, and also it felt censored.
that.
On the plus
I mean, it
side,
was
many
censored.
loved Angelica's personality and uniqueness, especially her cuteness
fucking
and
black
unexpected
bar.
contrasting charm. The post-apocalypse theme was interesting, but the lore explanations were insufficient according to some feedback. We had already reviewed the feedback on the final act before the survey, and we mentioned its renewal in the Korean stream. So regarding changes, we removed lines where the squad describes Angelica's looks and adjusted so her hobby is naturally accepted. We're sorry to anyone who felt uncomfortable and to anyone confused by the renewal. We'll be more careful so this doesn't happen again. So yes, we'll plan more thoroughly going forward.
Okay. We'll try our best.
Try our best.
Okay. Now, next we asked about the satisfaction with Angelica's interactions. Honestly, the very satisfied rate was a lot lower than I expected. I thought that we'd see like about 80%, but that wasn't the case. I guess maybe it was a bit tricky.
I mean, it was fine,
we'll need
but
to think carefully about how to interpret and apply these survey results.
wait, hang on. How satisfied with
Regarding
the
the-
special interaction? Okay.
The hidden areas mentioned earlier.
Maybe it was.
Even though
I mean,
the
it was
game is rated
definitely
19
more
plus,
complicated
explicit
for some of the
nudity is
stuff.
still
but-
off limits. The same goes for explicit acts. We can't show them directly. So instead, we try to express that feeling with just a hint of suggestion, something like, it might be that, or maybe not.
BD2 streams are too long.
It's meant to
I feel like
spark
it's long when they do
imagination
the
without
Q and
being
A.
too
So
clear or
I'm
graphic.
probably not gonna stick around too long for Q and A.
Because we can't give
But
all
yeah,
the
with Q and A,
definitive
they get
details.
really long. They don't know when to like
And
cut
as
it off
we've mentioned
sometimes.
this before, we noticed the number of combo steps has grown a bit too much.
Yes, too
So
many
we're
combo
planning
steps.
to push we're not planning to push it beyond a certain point. Here combo means the number of input stages, not the type of combos. So for the intimacy scenes, the goal was to show rising emotion and rising excitement to make the experience feel more passionate. That's why we added more stages and combos. But we also realized that players unfamiliar with those mechanics might find it hard to fully enjoy.
When you go back to some
So
of
we'll
them,
keep
you like
fine-tuning
forget the
things to make sure
combos
as
too.
many players as possible have a comfortable, enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I think that it was because of Sylvia. You know, it had a very hard impact.
Right.
It was really hard to please our players. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the next. We asked which skill, cutscenes, or character costume you liked the most. Since players could pick multiple answers, I think we can read this one kind of like an overall satisfaction score for each costume. So, you know, Granhild gets a lot of ratings, but Sonia, not so much. What do you think, Origami? What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's pretty clear we're seeing strongly split tastes among our fans. Each character appeals to very specific preferences. So if you look at it that way, Sonia actually held her ground pretty well. Like, given how split the tastes
Yeah,
are
they gotta
among
make
our
it
fans.
easy like H games.
And also,
Well,
for
that's the
Groundhog,
thing. They're never gonna do that, so
her cutscenes really
they can
stood
only go
out.
so far,
It felt fresh and memorable.
which I understand.
So
But
when
people
we
are
worked on
always
Groundhog,
gonna
I was
push for,
honestly
like,
worried. I was honestly worried they might
like,
feel
just
too
fully
soft.
H scenes.
It's not that intense, predatory styles. It's more of a playful peekaboo charm. So I wondered if that'd be enough to satisfy everyone.
I think they have a lot
But
of
seeing the
closeted Sonya
reactions
fans. No,
of
there
our
are
fans, I
the
realized
same
our
same
fans have
Sonya
refined
fans are the
tastes
same
and can
Revy
appreciate
fans.
many different
They're all the
flavors.
same.
So to me, this whole thing is modern art, you know, real creativity. And after seeing players wanting even more impact from the girls' cutscenes, it made me think. I mean, I'm cautious, but maybe we can take just a small step further next time.
Yeah, but it's actually not something that we have prepped, but we heard that it's risky. So if you go a little step further, then it might be really dangerous for us.
Yes,
So
one step forward, two steps
That's
back.
small. That's
maybe we
small
need to go
step.
2 steps back, or maybe a very small step forward.
I mean, Wedding Rafitia had split reactions.
Sonya
But-
fans, Jet. Okay.
What happened to our courage and bravery after that, situation?
I mean,
We were scared.
yeah,
Both
we
right?
were very
costumes
scared.
are
It was so
good.
risky.
Yeah, both costumes are
Okay,
solid.
next up, we asked which of the recent improvements players were most satisfied with. Now, this one also allowed multiple picks, so it's basically like
Tower
seeing everyone's
Salvation,
individual
nice.
top ratings.
I can agree.
The Tower of Salvation update and the increased talent skill count scored the highest, but to be honest, we'll keep pushing until that number hits a full 100%. It would have been really better, or really good, if it was over 80%, but too bad.
Yeah, right. A lot of players were hoping for tower observation improvements and simplified field content.
TOS is good.
So that probably explains the high satisfaction ratings. So we understand that the high satisfaction means that we did what our fans have been wanting for a long time. So with the remaining updates, we'll keep pushing to reach the 100% satisfaction, just like Jomo said.
All right, now the next question was one we were really curious about. We asked if players are consistently using talent skills to collect resources.
Yes,
We
yes,
found out that
yes.
almost 90% of respondents said they do use them regularly, which was great to see. Then we followed up, what exactly does regularly mean for everyone? And for those who said they don't farm consistently, I think it was about 11%, we're going to be taking a look at the reasons. So about half of the players said that they know how the system works, but just they don't use it because it takes too much time. I think that it really differs based on how we interpret this. So skills like absorption and assemble are meant to speed up resource farming, but a lot of people still said they don't use them since it actually feels time consuming. And there are definitely players who said that they don't really know how to use these skills, so we're planning to improve how we explain field rewards and how they work, and at the same time, make the whole process more convenient. So I hope that more people will actually use their talent skill.
Interesting, interesting.
So all right, let's continue. So yes, this question was meant to see how consistent players actually are. So 50% said they use all their ability skills up to their limit, and around 40% said they play enough to complete daily quests.
Yeah, we looked at players who do what we call the overpower run, basically clearing through every pack to grab all of the overpowers. We figured out that about
Overpower is
5 to
nice.
6% of the responses said they do this, which actually means that it lines up pretty closely with their internal data.
Right, so we also asked how players would like to improve field currency farming, and since it was a multiple choice question, the results showed
Later,
a
Rhett.
wide spread. About 60% chose the option quick battle,
Let players claim all rewards on one
so
screen.
that was the highest
I
portion,
agree with
saying
that.
they would prefer that style of system. Meanwhile, options like play once a week but increase rewards or Lion's Roar that I
Lion's Roar, I
suggested
like that
didn't
one.
quite reach 50%, sadly. It didn't get the majority response.
Yeah, it's only 50%.
It's a shame.
Yeah, but looking
see
at
what
a
they
bigger
do.
picture, we're reviewing two main approaches right now. One is turning all regions into something like a quick battle system you can manage from a single screen, and the other is keeping the normal format but improving everything else around it. We've already said that new packs won't include repeatable rewards anymore, so to get all the field rewards, you just need to clear each area once across the existing 34 packs. We haven't finalized which improvement plan we'll lock in yet, but our goal is to make it at least as convenient as a weekly reset system, or even better. The field content simplification has been one of the top requests from our players ever since the last dev Q&A. Well, sorry that we took so much time to bring the real changes. We did need more time to discuss internally, but we're definitely going to be going to the direction where we can please all of our fans and that you can feel convenient playing. And during our meeting, I think that this is a feedback that our top rankers have been discussing time and time again. So I just wanted to say thank you and
Interesting.
sorry.
Keep the current
We'll
schedule
keep thinking, we'll keep
Thursday
searching for
to
better
Wednesday.
solutions. Next, we asked about changing the
There it
Fiend
is.
Hunter event period, but the response was pretty clear. Most players said just keep
I mean,
it
that's
as it
fair.
is.
Yes, that's right. And even though we
Keep it to
mentioned that
twice a
rewards
month.
and level-based difficulty would stay the same as before, the overwhelming majority of players still answered that they prefer to keep things as they are.
Right. This shows that we should be careful about changing rules once they are set.
Yes.
Will make the practice period actually matter. A lot of people want to keep it as
They
is.
should remove
according
being on
to
a
the
guild
survey,
raid and
so
send rewards via mail. Yes, we know that's what you want.
we'll make sure that the
I see
practice period
exactly what
will
you do in
count.
guild raid, buddy. Bro is not true.
We're also considering early access to new costumes in practice mode only, but we'll have to see if it's technically feasible.
Yes. Right now, there are no plans to release new costumes during hunt hours like before. New costumes will mainly launch during the practice mode period. And this is because
Keep
of
it the same, though, I'm not
external events
surprised.
and issues. So if there is any chance that we can launch new costumes, then we will make sure that we will adjust the system so that what happened this time doesn't happen again.
Next, we asked about collaboration rerun satisfaction. Overall, the responses were mostly positive, but some mentioned frustrations with the lack of new content and issues related to SR characters.
Yeah. So a lot of players said they were happy overall with the rerun itself since so many people had been asking for it. And we are definitely going to be giving a quick fix. So within a very short period of time, we will definitely make improvements. And I know that a lot of our players said that they want a rerun, and I guess that pretty much a lot of players were satisfied with it. But aside from that, we got a lot of feedback saying that the balance needs to be updated for the current meta, that the event duration felt too short compared to the original 4 weeks, that they'd like to see new characters or content added, and that SR gear was too hard to obtain.
I mean, I
And
doubt
about the
they'd add
SR
new
gear,
characters.
honestly, hiding behind contract limitations with the IP holder felt like an excuse, and it didn't really feel good about it. I mean, we didn't feel good about it. And that's actually a company issue, but from the player side, just feels bad not being able to get the gear you want. And you shouldn't have to care about it. So there's actually a new no rerun currently scheduled for this collaboration, but if we do, one again in the future will come prepared with clear, concrete improvements this time. And to everyone who felt disappointed or frustrated, we're really sorry, and we'll do better.
Right. Lastly, for the open-ended feedback, most of the comments. So from the left, it's most frequently mentioned. As you can see, most of the comments were
Story
actually about the
improvements,
story.
and characters, technical issues.
Yeah, we also
costumes.
received a ton of feedback about improving story quality and making each character's personality stand out more. There were
Dissatisfaction with
quite
gacha
a few
rates.
technical comments too, especially around iOS performance issues and asking for UX improvements. Players also mentioned they'd like to see more new characters and costumes, better drop rates and rewards, and fresh
Players
new
are already
content
content with
overall.
usual Fiend
On
Hunt
the flip
schedule.
side, we also got positive feedback about the game's F2P-friendly operations, and players appreciated our communication and
We're
responsiveness
never
to
getting
user
Gizlane.
feedback.
Billy,
Of course,
just
some
be
also
patient,
asked
buddy.
for more sexy characters and outfits, and a few even requested more explicit adult content. But overall, what really came through is that everyone wants to see the game keep growing and improving. We'll take all these comments seriously and keep refining the plans we mentioned earlier so we can show you an even better version. Well, we are definitely going to be
I mean, the
reviewing
gacha rates,
thoroughly,
sometimes
and
it's
we'll
like-
make sure that
I don't
we
think they're
can
necessarily
we do
bad.
better.
I don't think I can
All
say
right,
that
we went through all
because
the surveys.
throughout the beginning of the year, I was going crazy
Thank you
with the
so
rates.
much for taking the time to fill out the survey. Junhee?
Yes.
It's just, it is what it is, unfortunately.
I'm so out of breath. Okay, thank you guys for taking the time out to fill out the survey. We will compile all of the responses and share the full results in a separate post once everything is finalized.
All right, then let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have pre-submitted Q&A.
Pre-submitted Q&A.
So we collected questions before the stream.
Alright, so we're on the Q&A part. We won't stay for
Through our
long,
social
chat.
media channels, we gathered questions from all global regions and put together the most common topics players asked about. So let's jump right in.
I've noticed that the
The
short
first
intervals between
question,
the main story updates seem to
we'll
be
first
impacting
go
the
through
quality
the
of the story
Korean channel
packs.
questions.
Since you mentioned that next year we're focusing
The
more
first
on
one was
character
about
packs.
the
I
update
hope you fill the
interval
gaps
and
with new NPC quests
quality of the
or
main
seasonal
story and how we're
events,
planning
and
to
take
address
extra
those
care with future
concerns.
main story updates. Interesting.
It's actually,
Chet
the
is
question
mortal,
is
he knows
long,
what it
so the
feels,
translations
yes.
take up the entire space, so I apologize
been
for the
immortalized.
inconvenience in reading them.
Yeah. It's actually because we have got the exact feedback and
One
put it
update, you're
into
on
the
top of the
slides.
world.
That's
Next
why
one,
it's
yeah,
so
dude.
long. Sorry, guys.
I lost all my tickets and gyms.
So
pulling
for the
Sonya.
story packs, we're planning to release 2 in the first half of the year and 2 in the second half. This is the overall story pack.
Wait.
We are planning to release 2 in the first half and 2 in the second
So
half.
two
as mentioned.
within the
And
first half of the year.
Next year,
Damn.
we will feature a lot more character-focused, lighter stories, but the main storyline is still the backbone of long-term service.
So
So
4
we're also
chapters next
renewing
year,
the early
Jesus.
chapters. And yeah, I get the concern that if the same person rewrites it, it might end up feeling the same. I am definitely on the same page with you, and that's exactly why we're bringing in a skilled external studio for a fresh new perspective.
So they hired a complete external studio. Interesting.
The future story packs are being led by our new writer. I think that we have already mentioned his name in our previous broadcast. His name is Yuil. He's working very hard to prepare for the new stories. And of course, there are many elements that make a great story. For me, I think that one of the most important part is a compelling villain. And I personally think that what left the biggest mark is through Act 1 up to Story Pack 19, which was the Apostles. They were supposed to have that God hand from Berserk. This is a really nice IP that I loved. And it should have had that kind of level of presence, but in the end, it kind of
Korea
felt
is
flat.
on it when it comes to
We
story,
dreamed
bro.
of the God hand, but ended up with Morphia. Well, on the screen or on the script, it says Morphia. But I guess that we ended up with a lot of things. So this time we're putting real effort into building the next generation of villains, the 12 Reveresses. And from the design phase onward, the story team and the art team, including Origami, have been working closely together to fine-tune their concepts. And they're really already looking as striking and memorable as Darien and Sonia.
As long as they don't
And
hire
remember in the
foreigners.
Golden Colosseum
they ever would.
story, there was that showdown between Levi and Greta. We're also bringing back familiar faces from the previous game, like Levia and Rebencia, but reimagined within the original Browndust2 universe. On top of that, we'll be adding slice of life episodes between main story arcs so players can see the characters' softer sides and everyday moments unfold naturally.
All right, next, many players mention it's a bit disappointing that Glue Talk is currently the only way to interact with characters. How does the dev team feel about that?
Well, all the Glue Talk guest stories are set in parallel worlds,
Yeah, I
which
think this
means
is
each
fine.
storyline stands alone and doesn't directly connect to the others. And because of that, whenever a new guest character is
Taurus.
introduced, it can feel like their connection with the previous ones just ends there. To fix that, we're currently
mean,
preparing 3 follow-up
people just have
episodes for
favorites.
each
I think
Fated
that's
guest
all
story
this
that's been
is.
released so far, up to episode 10. Also, since new Fated
But I
guest
guess the
characters
after
have to
stories
come
will
with
do something
full
with that.
interaction systems, it's realistically hard to add them any faster than our current pace. So we're considering adding partial guest stories tied to each costume, even if they don't include full interaction scenes. So including Origami and other team members are working very hard, but there are the animations and the interactions, so it's really difficult to do it any faster than our current pace. We don't really know whether if it's only going to be like a one-on-one conversation that we're adding or whether if we're going to be adding it to a different content. We're actually discussing a lot of ideas at the moment. However, it might seem that the story is going to be a pushback, so we are definitely making some fixes here and there, so please stay tuned. And
Don't
about the
hire Jet
parallel
as a
worlds, I
story
think
writer.
that the
It would be
costumes are
about
here and there,
feet,
so
yo.
a lot of people said that it
Noxus,
feels
give
a bit
them.
disconnected. We totally get that. So going forward, we
keeps
will
mentioning
plan stories that flow naturally within the existing parallel world framework while
Rejection
keeping
as usual.
consistent personality and concept, even if a character's identity shifts across worlds. So definitely our goal is consistency. And we will be very careful not to hand wave things away like, well, it's a parallel world. So consistency includes personality and breast cup size as well.
Yeah, it's very
Yo.
important to keep the breast cup size consistent, I
He
guess.
just
Yeah.
threw that in there.
So those two were definitely the most common overlapping questions. Strengthening story and character depth really are key for sure. Next, we got a suggestion about grouping character costumes by parallel worlds. So it ties nicely with what we just discussed, right, Junie?
Yeah.
So
So it seems the chat says that it's better if it's bigger. Yeah, I totally agree. And a lot of players mentioned they only recently realized that each costume actually represents a different personality from a parallel world. That's totally on us. We admit the explanation wasn't clear enough. And to clarify, characters are different individuals across worlds, but within the same world, all their costumes share one identity. We're currently working on improving the story menu UI so that this concept is easier and more intuitive.
Some players suggested combining the assemble and absorption shortcuts into one since they're taking up too many slots now. It could work, though it might depend on each player's skill level. We just need to decide how the usage order works. For example, maybe use characters who need experience first. So maybe we can start with a lower skill or the higher skill.
Well, we're not going to be filtering based on conditions, but we're going to be allowing the players to customize themselves. But I think that whichever feedback is going to be working for us because we'll definitely reflect that. And it's not
single
going to be
button, that's
December, but whether
interesting.
it is January or February, we are definitely going to be including it in our next
Nice.
update.
So the ability skills, because we are using that UI.
Yes, I completely hate Nebras.
For the same
cat is real
action-
within you.
So there are 4 different buttons. That one button says punch 4 times, the other one says punch 3 times. So it's repetitive. So we will improve the structure for sure.
Okay, next
Recent
question.
changes were great and a good start. I was hoping for more fundamental improvements to the content.
Some
since
players
main
felt
issue
the
for
Tower
me,
of
it's
Salvation update was a
disappointing
bit
that the update
limited.
didn't
They were
fully
hoping
address
for a
player
bigger
concerns.
change in the content itself.
What fundamental
Yes.
improvements?
No, the Tower of Salvation has been updated in a relatively light direction, at least compared to a full-scale, traditional
hate
roguelike
these brief
experience that
descriptions
offers new
listed out.
thrills every run. So, to truly deliver that feeling of freshness and unpredictability each time you play, we realized we'd need to add new rules and new content systems.
That's
And just
fair.
adding relics, crafting recipes, or battle elements alone wouldn't make it feel meaningfully different from the current one. So, we've decided
Yo, what's
to
up,
develop
Sensei?
a completely new roguelike mode as a brand new battle content instead. And as for the QOL request we've received, like adding a preview function when enhancing costumes, making the tower map and maintenance menu accessible anywhere, and showing knockback directions in the character maintenance screen, those are all planned to be included in the next Tower of Salvation update. We're not going to be leaving them out. We are definitely going to be improving them. However, new content is going to be totally new.
All right. There was also feedback that while character performance keeps improving, the exchangeable items and their value from main content currencies aren't keeping up with that pace of growth. With inflation, I think this opinion is valid. What do you think?
Well, when we first designed the in game shops, our concept was to avoid selling everything everywhere. Each shop should have its own distinct purpose and theme. But seeing how items like selective costume enhance in the Golden Thread shop and previous pickup characters in the Powder of Hope shop turned out, we realized that adding some widely useful but non core items could still make sense. So, these are some of the things that we are going to be selecting for sure. We're definitely going to be adding them. But for other items, let's say like adding limited amounts of refining powder and gold to both the Mirror War and Evil Castle shops, since they're always short in supply. We are also going to be reviewing them, like price reductions or adding new product lines. Those aren't just on the table yet.
So next question. So we actually we disappeared from the screen to make sure that you see the questions more
Some
clearly in all
features like
languages.
Phenol
So
and Go Rate
thank you
still
for
feel a bit
understanding.
inconvenient.
Some players also
I
share
kinda feel that
feedback
way
about
about-
quality of life,
Yeah,
QOL
I can see this.
improvements, or content like Fiend
Saving
Hunter and
top
Guild Raid.
damage
I'm
records or
curious, what does
practice
the dev
battles.
team think about those
Ooh,
suggestions?
that'd be nice.
Well, we've seen the feedback about adding practice battles above level 16 for a while now. And we've also queued up a battle statistics feature as part of the next round of improvements, but
Battle statistics.
these will be implemented together in the upcoming Fiend Hunter update.
Been
All
using
right.
Diana
The next
and
one is
Features
about crit
together.
damage. It's definitely something that needs to be
get the
addressed
needed
for
critical
sure.
hits. Please increase Diana's aura crit
I mean,
rate or
there are
raise
other games out
base
there with
rate.
crit damage, but we have a high proportion of crit damage. So this is something that we need to address at some point. So how does the dev team think about this?
That's an interesting one.
Well, to be completely honest, we haven't come up with a decision yet. We had a lot
That's a
of
tough
rounds
one.
of internal discussion, but as you know,
I
this
hear all of
is
your
a
news.
question or
Yeah,
a
new
feedback
Oliver
that keeps on
costume.
coming up.
Which
The
we
issue with
knew,
crit
it's our
damage
OG
and
one.
crit rate. You know, it has been a long-standing one, but since we don't really have a clear fix, it's still left as is so far. So instead, we wanted to make it very clear to our fans. It's probably because I lack ability. I wasn't able to make any changes so far, but I just wanted to bring this up. So we have been remaining as is in Guild Raid and Fiend Hunter. So the guaranteed crit damage only kicks in from the third chain and up in endgame content, but with setups like Swimsuit Therese, where buffs only trigger below chain 5, some players end up retrying battles over and over just to optimize chain 1 and 2. And to prevent that kind of loop altogether, we discussed two possible approaches, either making 100% crit rate easily achievable for everyone or boosting crit rate only within specific content types, but both options come with their own balance concerns. And among the ideas we've discussed so far, we might tie extra crit rate to the awakening system as an added bonus, or include it
They
as a
could do
collection
that for the
stat.
awakening system.
So maybe these are some of the options that we can discuss. And in PvE, since you can just retry fights, crit rate hasn't been a top priority stat. But for PvP players who've built full crit setups, we talked about compensating them with refining crystals. And if we do end up letting everyone push crit rate to 100%. However, nothing's final yet. We just wanted to share the direction we're exploring. We'll give specific improvement plans in the next update broadcast.
So, we haven't seen this question in a while. This one's about the max HP cap for skills. Some players asked if we can raise the current 30,000 limit.
Yes, we're planning to include this as part of the 2.5th anniversary battle balance update. And
tied to their costume.
Please wait, Angelica fans. Something's coming up.
If they give it, I mean, I know Fiend Hunt, if you hit a couple times, it's guaranteed. I guess it depends.
Whether the team is considering a fundamental simplification of how currencies are collected in the field.
It really depends. Because if they
like
do
I've
it for
mentioned
guild
earlier,
rate, I feel like
I'll
that'd
keep
be a
it
problem.
very short. We're working on making it at least as convenient as a weekly reset system, or even smoother than that. That's pretty much all that I could say.
All right.
Upcoming events for
the
new
next
Blade
are the
costumes.
questions from the
I mean, we're
English
getting
channel.
Onsen.
So a little bit of a lighter one, mainly about Blade's new costume and faded guest interactions. Whether they're upcoming or not.
Next year?
Yes, we've got similar questions. But as for the specific character request, we got a lot of questions about Mamonir, Greta, Granad, Vela, and Blade.
Mamonir, wow.
So these were a lot of questions that we got. I think Vela comes up pretty frequently. Now, Mamonir was a fan favorite from the previous game, and while I can't say too much yet, I'd say there's a pretty good chance we'll see it appear in Browndust2 next year.
Okay, so we're getting Mamonir. Okay.
And Greta will also play a big role in next year's storyline. She'll be coming up pretty often, so I'd say that the odds of her becoming a playable character are pretty high as well. And for those who love cute characters after Sonya, it seems like Grenade has really caught people's attention. She's been mentioned a lot lately, so I wouldn't be so surprised if she joins the roster as a playable character too. And as for Blade, the new costume will debut in the next Hot Spring event. The faded guest character for that event isn't Blade. Unfortunately, there's actually one, but it's not Blade. But there's always room for future appearances, so who knows? Maybe one day she'll make her move.
Guild raid invasion defense for over an hour. I remember that.
There was a question about enhancing character interactions.
That shit was crazy.
Players said they'd love interactions that stay fun even after multiple replays. And it would be great if time or date-based gimmicks could be added to make them feel more dynamic.
Well, we're still trying to figure out how to make the interaction system feel more sustainable, not just a one-time experience. From Angelica's interaction, we learned that simply adding more complex mechanics can actually make it tiring to play. And even if we show different interactions over time, once players have seen all the fixed one-time scenes, it's hard to keep that engagement going. We also considered adding new dialogue lines for interactions, but that's a bit tricky.
There's a comment like, where's the dev life?
Thank you for thinking about my work-life balance. Now, we've also considered adding new dialogue lines for interactions, but that's tricky since it involves voice recording for all of the actors. Right now, we are only updating Korean voice lines, which work across languages because they're more about emotion and sound than speech itself. So even though it is set in Japanese, you can also hear Korean voices. But adding full dialogue would require voiceovers in every supported language. However, I think that you can still understand the moment and the emotions through text alone without relying on voice. So that's something we'll keep
will be
exploring.
early, like February.
Okay, next question. Players asked if the event mission rewards could be improved. Right now, the +5 reward doesn't feel worth it, so many stop at +4 instead. They are likely referring to the pickup event, and yes, the ancient crystal reward at +5 has lost some of its original value. When we first designed the pickup payback event, compared to that timing, the value dropped a lot.
Yeah, that is right. So back during the launch, I think the Asian crystals were considered the most valuable currency. So we set them as the reward for the final enhancement tier. But, since then their value has dropped, and most players stop at +4 and fill the last enhancement. And using either the Powder of Hope or the Golden Thread Shop with selective costume enhancement, we raise the reward value too much. It might feel like we're pushing players toward excessive spending. So I think that we'll aim for a reasonable middle ground. It shouldn't be too excessive, but it needs to be a fair amount.
Clarify on limited.
What about the tier of
rerun.
goddess?
Collabs
Is
are
it going to
rerun
be
every
too
year.
much?
Can they really be called limited?
And there could be some opposite feedback.
Rayon is in that uninstalled spree. Well,
Are
Rayon
you
is
trying
uninstalling
to make us
everything.
pay a lot? Are you trying to force us to pay until we get your
When is the next
Such
update?
feedback can be
I think
received.
it's in 2.5 weeks.
I do agree. It might feel a bit forceful. That wouldn't do. So whether it is +3 or +4, it doesn't really matter. But we don't really want to get bad feedback from you guys.
Interesting.
All right. So next question. We also got a question asking if collabs keep coming back. Are they really limited? It's a tricky topic, but for collaborations, we don't rerun them every year. That gap between Senran Kagura's Yumi rerun and Mushoku Tensei might have felt a little bit short, but Yumi was a special case. So to be clear, there are no plans to make collaboration reruns an annual thing.
Yeah, we cannot really do that on our own.
So we have to also work with the IP.
Yeah. And I think that the IPs need to keep their value. But for those, especially newcomers, I think that it needs to be a collab that you can all enjoy. So I hope that we can make this kind of concession altogether.
All right, let's move on to the next one. There was also a question about whether we plan to introduce player voting when deciding new glow talks or interactions.
That would be hilarious.
Personally, I think it could be interesting.
That would be hilarious. It's going to be super biased.
Maybe because we put the costume to popular vote too annually. So along the same line, it's something that we can try, but there are a lot of factors to consider. Would it be one vote per account? Or would players earn voting rights through gameplay or events? There are several ways we could approach it. Maybe one account can earn a lot of voting rights.
This is something that only the business team can come up with.
Dev said new limited
I mean,
is
some players
DPS, but
really
we don't know how
want
many
their
is
favorite
limited.
character to win. So, I mean, it's an idea from another project.
Yeah, well, maybe you can manipulate the votes, but there will
it's
be
still
some
somewhat
characters
limited,
that would be
really, if it
left
runs
out.
every
I
year.
do understand that these are some of the feedback, which is why we are discussing at the moment.
High school
I
DxD?
do get the
I doubt
intention. Maybe the
I doubt it.
characters.
I still
maybe
think
we
they
can
should do
bring
Chain
back one of the
Soldier. I
most
don't-
beloved characters as a faded guest
I don't
story
know what
visitor.
they're
I think
thinking,
it
but
would
Chain
definitely make your
Soldier
fans
is
happy,
literally
but
getting a new
I think
season
that
in
we'll have to
January.
look into it.
It would be the
Sorry,
easiest
I
win
just
for them to do Chain
drew the
Soldier.
idea of getting many voting rights per account out there. Sorry. So what I'm
Votes will
trying to
favor
say
Flipper
is
of the
that
month, yeah.
there are many factors to consider, and this is something that we can consider, but I'm not saying that we'll do it for sure.
Which I can get that, but yeah, just
so
let them
if we're going to
decide.
be doing that, then we're only going to do it once. But looking at this question,
'Cause I don't think
just wanted to
Angelica
speak
would have
about
never
the
gotten
behind-the-scenes story
a
from
faded
the
guest if we
summer
left it up to
popularity
players.
vote. The concept for this winter event pack was already in the works way before summer, so we had to decide on the lineup early on. We really wanted to include whoever would win first place in the popularity vote, but the poll results were scheduled to wrap up much later, so we had to take a guess. At that time, Wilhelmina's popularity was going through the roof, so we went ahead and designed the pack around her. And thankfully, when we saw the vote numbers on day one, we knew we'd guessed right. So now I'm thinking maybe we should plan the next event a year after the vote
knew it
ends,
was
so
gonna be
we can
Wilhelmina.
base it directly on the actual results. But then again, waiting for a whole
Redo
year
Healer,
would probably
that's
drive
not happening.
everyone crazy. So we'll just figure something out.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer was definitely a flop, which I'm shocked with how much Goblin Slayer
So
was restricted.
next, we have a question regarding if a story gets remade, will the rewards reset too? I mean, probably not, right? If they did, some accounts could end up claiming rewards twice or unevenly, which could cause all kinds of issues. What do you think, the dev team?
Well, for story packs 15 through 18, only parts of the story will be adjusted. The rewards are not going to be reset. It's closer to a renewal than a full remake. And as for story packs 1 through 14, the exact scope of the revisions haven't been finalized yet. If it ends up being a renewal level update, it will be like 15 to 18, just story improvements with rewards intact. But if it leans more toward a full remake, we'll also make sure the system lets everyone replay the story from the beginning.
All right, what's the next question? There was also a question about the Golden Colosseum rewards. Players are curious what kinds of rewards we're planning to include.
Yes, let's hear it.
Yes,
Tickets.
we did get a lot of questions from our fans, which is why some could be overlap, so we're just going to be very straightforward and fast. Before the season settlement rewards, you'll receive a special currency that you can use to buy the items you actually need. You'll be able to choose from things like draws, ancient crystals, refining crystals, and deco coins. And even if you earn the top tier season rewards, you won't be able to buy everything in the shop. It's actually very selective. So it's balanced, so you'll have to pick and choose what matters most to you.
We also got a question regarding the Golden Colosseum settlement time. If it overlaps with Mirror Wars, then that might be a little tough, right? So having to focus on both at the same time could be pretty stressful for our players. What do you think?
Right, like I mentioned earlier, the season schedule won't overlap with the Mirror War closing time. Each season will run from Thursday 9 a.m. to Wednesday midnight.
This one's also about the popularity poll. And judging by the tone, I would say this player is definitely a fan of cute characters, huh?
Oh, I get it.
Cute and sexy
So
characters.
if they are in the same basket or same pool, then there would be characters that are more cute, there are characters that are more sexy. So I
Overlord
totally
collab?
get it.
That'd be nice.
Well, yeah, I'm actually very curious too who's going to be crowned the cutie captain this time. If I had to guess, the top contenders would probably be Lepetia, Rue, and Sonia, or maybe Sarah. So maybe a top 4.
My vote would be
If
for
we
Sarah.
widen the pool a bit, you could also include Glacia, Anastasia, Yuri, and among the 3 to 4 star groups, probably Vernie, Layla, and Liznet. So I guess that we'll have to think about what kind of special gift to give the winner once the results are in. We don't really know whether if we're going to be proceeding with this for sure, but we'll definitely think about it.
So let's look at the next question. There was a comment hoping that future prestige costumes will have just as much interaction and quality as Eustace.
I guess Therese didn't really have that
Yes.
many, but it was kind
So
of.
there's a lot more
It
than
had
it's
some really
actually
intense
written
ones.
on the screen. But to give you the clear context, since Eustace's Prestige skin was the very first one we worked on, I think that the devs went all in with passion, and the interaction quality ended up
Nah, you
going
gotta
way
keep- you gotta
beyond
keep
what
that
we
passion,
planned
though.
in the first place.
gotta keep
Now
that
the team's kind of suffering trying to keep every skin up to that same bar. But some players told us that answer sounded like we don't really put as much of our heart into the work that we do anymore after Eustia, and that really did kind of hurt to hear. So to be clear, what I meant back then was more of a lighthearted comment, like their overwhelming love became a beautiful disaster, you know? The interaction team still puts the same amount of passion and care into every release, whether it's a fated guest story or a prestige skin, always aiming to make each one fresh, charming, and emotionally engaging. I'm really sorry if my words gave the wrong impression. Well, we are going to keep doing our best to deliver even higher quality interactions.
Yes, we will work harder. All right, what's the next question? There was also a question regarding whether we'll be updating the backstories of characters whose past hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah, I agree. Seeing the past stories of characters like Blade, Roberta, and Sonya really help players connect more deeply with who they are now. We're currently working on a storyline that will explore Eustia's past, and after that, we'll continue to reveal the backstories of various characters so everyone can experience their personalities and charms on a deeper level.
What's the next question? Does Liberta also have a reason for accepting Terra? This is a story regarding the story.
Therese is
Yeah, I
not as
just
good as
wanted
just
to
the
ask
summer.
this to Chongo, and I
Yeah,
did
it
get
really
a
isn't.
clear
I mean,
answer on the
Therese has
settings.
like
So
the
Liberta's
one good
ability to
cutscene
hold Terra
in
was
that interaction,
something she
but
was born with, a
she
natural
doesn't have
trait,
much else
almost like a
besides that.
mutation. That said, the Terra power within her was originally very faint, and since the Liberta family lived so close to the Arclight Order, the overwhelming divine energy in the area kept her own Terra power suppressed, making it nearly impossible for anyone to notice. But if it hadn't been for Mikhaila, Liberta probably would have gone her whole life without even realizing it.
All right. Next, there was a question asking if there are any hidden interactions that players have not found yet. I guess that comes from seeing all those interaction guides popping up in the community. So,
Yeah, the guides are kind of crazy. They got to keep it simple.
I think that it's coming from the strategy guides. So, any secret ones?
Well, I've noticed that too. Most of the interaction guides get posted on the same day the new interactions go live. So if I look at my phone during the morning, everything is already posted. And for interactions that have more nudity or explicit, or that are more explicit, I think that it was really fastly posted. So especially, I guess that if you had to pick one interaction that players don't go for as much, let me introduce you to that one. So this is Red Lowen.
Touching the
If you
ears?
tap on Lowen's ears once and then tap them again, you'll see them twitch a little. You need to keep tapping, and she'll keep shivering because the ears are up. So this is
Wait,
just a basic
have I
interaction.
done that?
So you can play
I've
it
tapped her
really
ears
easily.
before, but I don't know if I've kept
And
tapping.
if you keep on pushing it, then
feel
you'll
like I've
find
done
it
it.
very cute. Don't think
I
of
think I
this
might have done
as
it.
something that is weird.
Ooh,
Her
what's
ears are
weird?
just twitching. So when people first see
Listen,
her,
let Nikkei
their
bros
eyes
enjoy their
usually
anniversary,
go
man, 'cause after
elsewhere.
that,
So
it's
I think
back
that's
to
why this ear combo
complaints,
interaction gets
bugs.
overlooked. It's available in her default state, so if you already have Bunny
and
Lowen,
3
give
to
it a
4
try.
collabs a
And if
year.
you don't, she's coming back in the 2.5th anniversary rerun, so make sure to pick her up then. And one more thing, we're also adding a new progress indicator and subtle hint system to help you see whether you've fully explored each interaction.
When I check other
We
players'
have
my
a question
rooms,
about my room random visit system.
are people interact?
It's a
Are
very
people
detailed
active
question.
in customizing my room?
Are most players really that active in customizing, or does it prioritize rooms with more customization or likes?
I'm trying to not do a puzzle game. Fair.
Well,
I'm wondering
we
if
currently
Rapture
feature
Queen
My
gonna
Rooms
break
based on a
Celebrate.
few conditions. Players with popularity scores over 10,
Hopefully
room
not.
saturation above 50%, and those who've recently saved or edited their rooms. That's why you'll see some rooms with
But I've
2-digit
noticed with
likes
Nikkei,
or
obviously
like others with
Annie's are going to be
4-digit
good.
likes. It
but
varies depending
once
on
Annie's over, it's
activity.
back to
The reason
the usual
why
program of
we did
disappointment
this
in a
is
lot of
because
things.
for the rework, the random visit system wasn't that fun. You'd often walk into a room that was basically just Lethel standing alone on a wooden floor. So now we've set those conditions to make sure when you visit, you'll mostly see well-decorated, interesting rooms worth checking out.
So
I do not participate in
the
my
My
room.
Room default character, we should change from Latel to Eustia because Eustia
Yeah,
is
that's
the
a great
main
idea.
character, right?
I think that
we are
some
seeing
people already
opposition from
miss
fans
Lethel.
who love Latel.
And some people are saying remove Lethel altogether.
All right, next question. There was
Are there
also a
any
request for
plans to
more
go
offline events, specifically asking if we have any plans outside of Tokyo. Yes, we definitely want to hold offline events in more regions. And our participation in Kyoto's Kyomafu event back in September was part of that effort to expand beyond Tokyo. We'll keep working hard to make sure fans everywhere can feel connected through more offline events in the future.
So there are a lot of pre-submitted questions that we've got from the Korean region. The reason is because the other regions have submitted less questions. So I want to ask our global fans to ask more questions, and if so, then we're definitely going to be addressing them during our broadcast, and we're definitely going to be expanding the scope or the share
Global gonna
of
ask
global
the
questions,
same fucking
because
questions, bro.
there were definitely a huge gap between questions we got from the Korean fans and our global fans.
Right, because the last time that we had a
always asks the
Q&A,
same
pre-submitted Q&A was not long ago. So I understand that not many questions were asked because a lot of the questions were also repetitive, but please keep asking. All right, it's almost 9 p.m. So we shared a lot of updates today. We also shared survey results.
Live Q&A. I think
We also went through the pre-submitted Q&A.
I'll spend like 5 minutes here and then we'll get out.
And I'm sure that you will have some extra questions. So please keep asking questions, and I will go through. We'll go through them together.
Okay, so let Chuni rest for a bit. I'm going to be taking the first question.
I mean, I don't know why you're so generous to me
Win
today.
dude, win
Was I?
lollies, win story, why game so lewd.
I'm the employee.
Literally that, bro.
And isn't it right for me to
The
actually
same
give you
every
more
single
a
time.
bit
The
of a
dude
rest
question's gonna
because,
get asked.
You know, you're the dev lead.
The lewd question's gonna get asked. Bro, it just
So I
every
haven't
time.
really heard
bro.
it yet, but I think it's going to be the third week of November. Maybe it's going to be 2 weeks from now. So probably it's going to be updating the next week, early next week. Okay, it starts from the 22nd of November, the Collab Cafe.
The pre-submitted Q&A. I mean, the questions that we didn't go through in the stream, among the pre-submitted questions, we definitely went through all the questions. So we definitely read all the questions, and we will answer them.
Yeah, we'll spend a couple
What about the
minutes
adult
here.
figure, the one-on-one adult figure? When is it going to be launched?
Adult
Oh
figure.
my god.
Wow.
I don't think that would work. Can you actually enlarge the
Like
screen?
zoom in the chat, YouTube chat?
That new girl Greta is kind of darkish.
So aren't we going to be doing that
Kinda
during
curious
the
about
April
Q&A.
Fool's Day?
I am
Not really
not
sure
curious
whether
about Q&A
if we
anymore.
are going to be doing that, but
It
What
depends.
about
Yeah,
J2?
J2 is totally up for it.
Is he
has a lot
healthy
of
enough to do
energy,
so?
You know? The second
Yeah, Lou, Jid,
creative
and Win.
work
Better
competition,
EOS.
That will be the 3rd of December in celebration of the
They
Glupy
censored one
Live,
part of my Glupy
2.5th
diner.
anniversary live. We'll have
Yeah,
the
I know
second,
people want like
creative work
completely
competition
uncensored adult
award
content, but they're just
ceremony.
not gonna go that far.
what else?
Web shop currency. I don't know if I remember this correctly, but for
Kind of curious with Q&A.
2.5th anniversary, I think we're planning to change web shop currency. I think that was scheduled for December. If not for December, then we want to make it happen as soon as possible.
Live chat.
The
True, I'm always comfortable
tavern,
with sex. When the gender bent
the
jaded,
tavern
some
list,
players
the
can
menu,
project
the
themselves.
menu list will be updated.
Oh man, I'm so glad we're done with that whole debacle.
Transgender, the bisexual characters.
There's no point. There's
yeah,
not. There's not
we're
going
not
to be
gonna
any
do
TS
bisexual or
characters.
transgender characters.
Who was asking? Yo, I can't, bro. I really can't. I'm telling you guys, live
What
Q&A
about the
be
Greta
driving me
playable?
crazy.
Is it going to be released? I think that it was mentioned before. I think that it is definitely going to be revealed.
Not gonna
soon.
lie, I hate it when I lose my gotcha to dudes. I mean,
It might not happen immediately.
there's a
So
lot of, there's
give it some
definitely a good
time,
amount of people that
please.
feel away.
Then what about 3 times the?
Shut that shit down.
The
I mean,
battle speed?
this has been asked before.
It's
that's
coming
what I'm
on
saying. Like
December
this shit
6th.
just drives me
Oh,
nuts.
it's actually
Is
the
it the
4th.
4th?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's the 4th.
December
Yeah, they're
the 4th.
trolling and they don't know they're
On
trolling. bro.
Thursday. So the battle speed is going to be
Actually,
3 times
honestly,
more
some
on
of them are
Thursday.
serious.
And for the figures, I think that we're going to be getting more news on that.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
In
wait,
the
did you
next
say
stream,
battle
we'll
speed's
have more
coming?
update for you regarding the figures.
Mm-hmm.
Think
The
next Thursday.
iPhone issue, it's going to be released as a hotfix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this for the third time today because I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the error. It will be
People
released as a
pushing
hotfix very soon.
Okay, then the next broadcast is going to be on December 13th. But it's not going to be about any updates.
What do you mean it's not going to be about any updates? It's literally
There is going to be
have
probably a demo session with J2 about Golden Coliseum. But since we are prepping for the 2.5th anniversary, I guess the demo session might not be possible. We'll
Right,
have to
because we
see.
share the same broadcast.
Yeah. So it means that it might,
maybe
nothing
to add
is
4
currently
times speed.
fixed.
Well, we'll see how fast
It
3
could
times
be
speed
like
is.
a dev note, or it could be like a brief video.
I think 3 times speed
Nothing
should be
is
fine.
decided yet. But before the Golden Colosseum release, we'll be sure to make some kind of update through like a dev note or through a video.
Yeah, because it needs to be edited. So I cannot really say for sure during our broadcast today. Then what about other races? Maybe indirectly? I don't think that we can add them, but, in different characters and different races, maybe that could be a possible option. What about Dark Elf?
Yo, Dark
Well,
Elf,
there could be
please.
a variety
Please, Dark
of
Elf.
races.
Oh my
I
god,
don't
that'd
know
be fire.
when the next Prestige skin is coming out. There's one for December, one for January planned for now.
Dark Elf would be so fire.
The 2.5th anniversary updates. Can we release the dates? Well, it's going to be 1 or 2 weeks after December 4th. I think that we did mention this, but it will. The pre-registration will start at the 2nd of December,
No way I got a
and
Nikkei ad.
the 2.5th anniversary update will be released on the 16th of December.
YouTube wants me to play Nikkei.
White
I swear.
shirt costume. A costume with a simple dress shirt.
Oh, I thought that a lot of our fans would really like this type of costume, but I guess that there's not a lot of feedback about this kind of costume.
A dress shirt.
Yes, it's possible. We can add a buffer.
Yeah, well, if there's a story to it,
Instead
then
of 4 times
probably
speed, maybe
if the
just skip
timing is
attack
right,
animations.
then we can maybe come up with this kind of costume.
I think just adding a speed would be fine.
Yeah, but if it's not an original buffer,
There should be
then I guess that we need
elf
to add a
slash
skill
dark elf and
cutscene.
For example,
Dwarves.
like a Nebris, maybe she will only wear a white shirt.
I don't
I'm down
really
for
know what kind of
elves.
situation where she's only going to be wearing the dress shirt. But it could be a really sensitive one for
I
our
don't
fans
even
if we
want to
say
bring up the
buffer.
word buffer.
Yeah, so
because
it's not only going to be buffer limited. It's just like a free topic kind of discussion that we're having.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a good concept and if it connects well to the story, then of course there's room for including that. Android and iOS, other than that, is there any way to log in? I think maybe this person is referring to an email login. I think with the Steam release, we are adding that option. But I don't know if email login, for example, can be applied to the existing mobile version. So even if it can be done, I don't think that transferring the existing Google login data
What
is
about
possible.
what about like leopard printed costumes? Well, Madil
Leopard print
buffers should
costumes.
be released, but I guess that it needs to be some buffers that are balanced for the magic type. I think that maybe this kind of buffer can be released soon. It's a possibility.
What about leopard?
Yeah.
Leopard skin.
Like maybe we can
Maybe
come up with
Greta.
a costume for Greta. Yeah, I think that those with darker skins will look good in these leopard printed
Maybe Olivia,
costumes.
like
You're down for the leopard
Olivia, light skinned but wearing leopard. Can
But
you
she's all
imagine
white,
that?
you know? All of her costumes are white. It seems that she went through something in her life.
Like a pure Valkyrie wearing leopard skin.
Well, this could be really contentious, which is why I cannot really say for sure, but if she kind of...
Well, maybe Blade with a leopard and sunglasses.
For Rita and BD2.
Well, this is something that we see from more darker skins, like, you know, underground conditions. But, like, where are you going to be seeing her with the leopard skin costume?
So, at the end of each year, a bunny costume is released. So, next year end, can we expect a different costume? Bunny for winter and a swimsuit for summer. That has been our concept. It has been challenging for the creative team, but you know, it's been pure joy for our fans. We can't say for sure that it's going to be bunny again next winter, but we'll actually give it a thought on whether to do other things. Do you want to do anything else than bunny?
Well, even though it's not a bunny costume, maybe we can come up with a Christmassy-like or an year-end costume which is very fresh. It doesn't have to be a bunny. And Tyr doesn't really have to be in bunny costumes.
And regarding the Olivia, and also there is a question regarding when the Fated Guest for Olivia comes out. We're actually preparing for a Fated Guest for Olivia. Not too soon, but sometime next year, I think we will see a Fated Guest for Olivia. I mean, that has been our plan all along the way.
Yeah, we actually wanted
all of your Fated Guests coming. We knew that though.
Add Olivia as a fated guest, but there is a certain concept and we need to add interactions as well. And as you know, there's the subculture. We actually need to respect the subculture, but that's probably why Olivia should probably add some adult conversation in the interaction. I actually want to see her have adult conversation, but it's a subculture character, you know. Maybe we can just close our eyes, just come up with that kind of interaction. Oh no, that's not it, guys. It's not the.
So we had a lot of conversation regarding the dark side, like having a daughter. How obvious we want to be about her having a daughter? Like, do you want to
I promise
just reveal the fact
no
that she's a daughter, or
no one's gonna care.
what else?
We are getting some questions about many different concepts like Egypt themes or Chipao concepts, bunny girls and pole dancers, or winter costumes.
I like
We're
all
getting
these
a lot
themes.
of these kind of questions. We're definitely reviewing them, but nothing is fixed in
Justice for
stone
Leah.
yet. Maybe we can come up with a costume of Cleopatra.
Is this the
Definitely,
24-hour
if
stream?
we have a
No.
storyline for it, then the costumes are going to be out for sure.
I saw the Egypt concept in a different game, and I thought it was creative, and I really liked that.
브라운더스트 IP의 외전 게임
Browndust IP's
브라운더스트 2를 활용해서 이런 외전 게임 출시를 생각하고 있으신가요?
game was released, and Browndust2's side game was released. Are you planning to release such a side game for Browndust2? We don't have a plan for that for now.
위로 한번 올려주실래요?
Can you please scroll up to see the questions that were asked previously by our fans?
다음 콜라보는 언제냐?
When's the next
이런 질문은,
collab?
Ooh.
아직 당연히
Of
근데
course,
지금은
we are
지금은
discussing,
이제 저희가 알아보고 있는 단계고
and
그게 정해져서 일정이
we are
있는데
definitely
못 알려드리는 상황은
discussing, reviewing with
아직은
teams, but nothing
여러
has
IP
been set in
홀더들과
stone yet.
계속
We are
논의를
talking with a
하고
lot of
있는
IP
단계에서
holders,
뭐라고
but
보시면
everything is
아직은
in
없습니다.
discussion, so we don't really have a clear
Motto,
answer for
say
you
hi,
guys
no
yet.
slave.
Sorry.
Please.
And regarding equipment, clearing equipment and making them disappear. Sorry, I apologize for that once again.
Who is typing in the background? Someone's going crazy on the keyboard.
The costume opinions that you've just shared, I mean, I will keep them all in mind. But it's all about the timing, you know, like I always say. I don't want to repeat the timing. But as soon as I spot the opportunity, I will include them. I'll do everything I can as long as I spot the timing.
Yeah, if a character does vote number 1, then there is definitely going to be a costume for it. But for those who really like the character, maybe it could feel a bit like a penalty. I do resonate with those kind of feedback. It's not that we want to keep it low performance, but most of the performances or the overall performance of the costumes is set with an easy mechanism. We are not going to be setting it with high quality performances, but it's not going to be that low. It wasn't done on purpose, but we just wanted to kind of balance out the performances. So from now on, we're going to not keep it low.
And there's a question regarding art book as well. For art book production, we are in the process of reviewing the companies to work with. So we are almost done with the decision. The person in charge is very passionate about this project. Our goal is to release it by the 3rd anniversary. But depending on how things go, we might not be able to get pre-orders at the 3rd anniversary. But the partner company is almost decided. So if sooner, then 3rd anniversary. If later, then 5th anniversary. But I told my team that we don't have to rush this because we want to prioritize quality. We want to make sure that we produce something really good. We can even shoot for 3.5th anniversary. But the person in charge, like I said, is very passionate, so he wants to aim for the 3rd anniversary for now. So I said, yes, okay, then give it a try.
See what happens.
So I guess one of our fans really wanted to know more about Olivier, but I didn't really quite get the question. Well, yeah, there's really nothing that we're going to be adding for production. I think that some of our fans were kind of mistaken. Oh, is it because Olivier is going to be out this time? Are you asking what the performance is? Do you want more details, or do you want me to kind of recap? Does anybody want to add Shuri into the game?
Earlier, I mentioned daily life updates, daily life stories. So I think for daily life stories, I will give some hints, keywords. So it's going to be some kind of content where a lot of people can come together. I don't know how much I can share. I'm a little nervous, but I guess this is
share
it. That this is only I can share. Maybe I can add my own video or add my character in the content, and you can beat me up if you don't like the game or something. Maybe that's one idea. Or like as for the Easter egg, I can be a skeleton character. Like you can see my dead body in the game, and you can see my skeleton there.
Okay, so is the 4-cut manga going to be included in the art book?
I think that the 5 silhouettes, one of them is
Well,
the
I think that's a
actress in
good
the middle,
idea,
left one is Darien /
but
Blade.
We do have a contract for
I'm
that
actually looking at
4-cut
it right now.
manga, so I think that we need to discuss. If it's going to be a fun content,
I
then
think-
definitely we're going to be adding to it because it's a great idea.
Hang on, I'll bring it up here. Let me bring it up.
And the English version or the global version of the art book, well, we are thinking about it, but we cannot guarantee anything at this moment. The PIC
Here, I'ma give
is
you
answering
my
right at the
quick
moment in real
predictions.
time. But realistically speaking, the Korean version is going to be out first.
So they're talking
and
about the
then
art book. So
based
real
on the Korean
quick,
version,
this is
we're
Wilhelmina.
probably going to
This
be
is
working on
Tyr.
the global version.
This is Zenith. This person has a sword, but I feel like she's too skinny to be
Ebook as
Darien.
well. So
Yeah.
the Korean version will come out for ebook too, and then.
But I'm trying to think who else has a sword
venture
though.
other languages.
Leatrice, this could be Leatrice.
So the physical
I
one
really
is going
can't
to come out
tell.
first and then ebook.
Somebody said
Well,
Nebris,
what
but
about,
I'm
like,
not
the
sure.
mini games where the characters are going to be taking off their clothes.
But we definitely have 3 of them.
Well, I think it needs to be fun.
Who else has a
enough.
sword, chat? Because
It
the
can't
carrot
just
could be
rock,
a
paper,
carrot could be a
scissors, and then
sword.
when they lose, they just take off their
Or
clothes.
is that a
That's just
carrot?
going to be too
I don't know what
simple.
that is. I don't know.
What about the shield
The
gears?
shield gear, the
Like
fixed
fire
shield
or
gear
water
gear.
shield gears?
Can I zoom in more? Hang on.
Yeah, I'm very sorry to say that we need to discuss and review. I'm so sorry, guys. We haven't really fixed anything yet. It's currently under discussion. So in our next live,
Is
or
it
next
Rubia
update,
Sylvia?
we will come up with a concrete plan. But
I
what
don't
we
know.
have
I don't think they do
considered
them both
was
again.
For the basic ability 1 and 2, maybe customizing could be a possible option.
Quiver? Oh, I'm not talking. Or this
And
person over here. Who
before
is
we refine
this?
the talents,
I could see how you
there
think
are
this is
definitely,
Darien, but I feel like
going
she's
to
too
be some
skinny.
players who have actually refined their talents. So maybe for like
Use
basic
ChatGPT.
talent
I
one
don't
or
think
two, we
ChatGPT.
can customize them, but this is not fixed at all. These were some of the ideas
We'll see, though.
that we have.
But we got.
exchanged
I know
during
for
our
sure we got
joint
like
discussion
3 of
session,
them.
But in our next
I'll talk about it in a
broadcast,
video
we'll
on what I
definitely
think.
share the concrete plan.
So about stealing NPC, that was one of the suggestions that was made last time, right?
Oh, sorry.
No promises, but I think it's an idea worthy of having a meeting. So we're not gonna just let it go.
Yeah, I think that one of the ideas came out during our previous broadcast. So yeah, we're just probably.
Who did I say was the
Steal
second?
the
I said it was
underwear.
Yeah.
The underwear of the
Zenith.
But we're
thieves.
dead serious, guys.
I was talking about the first one.
It's not just
to the left of
simply
Zenith.
going to be stealing the underwears.
Nah,
I'm not
Lowen
really
wasn't
sure
in
whether
there.
if this is going to be okay,
Lowen is definitely not in here.
because there are pros and cons. There are people who are for it and against it, which is why we're not just going to be putting this on hold, but we're just asking you guys, what do you think? Do you really like the idea?
So, I mean, it's not. Is it ethical?
The fourth
well,
one looks like her. Yeah,
you're
it
not gonna
does,
steal
but
the
I think
underwear
that's
of Ajashi, like, old
Tyr.
man.
Because Tyr needs a second
I don't think
costume,
it would work. It's
and
not,
she's
it's
short,
never
so
gonna
I think
work
it's 100%
ethically.
Tyr.
그러니까 이게 전에도 말씀드렸지만
Like
I
as we've
said before.
mentioned, yeah.
몬스터나
Whether it is
몹을
mobs
훔치면서
or
이제
monsters,
하는 거는 좀
if
재미없을
we
것 같아요.
steal the underwear, it's
NPC의
probably
속옷은
going to be fun and enjoyable.
Middle
But
has to
for
be
other
Leatrice.
places, I don't really think it's gonna work.
그러니까 약간 이게
I could see it.
이상하게 잡혀
Yeah, because there's going to be a really weird frame on it.
Well, I mean, it's a shame. So
I really don't think the underwear
it's
minigame
a
thing would be
beloved
that big of a
world.
deal.
it's not a reality. So
I don't know
given
why
that
they're
it's not a
stressing. If they don't want to
reality,
do
it's
it,
just a
don't do it.
game
If they do
world,
it, it'll be
could
fine. Like,
it could be accepted as humor, but you know, if you pay too much attention, if you're too immersed, then you might be offended.
Yeah, you need to move in the field. And you need to
yeah, it's definitely not
direct
low
your
end. It's
way,
Tyr.
which is why we did add this feature before. We had it in the system, but we kind of removed it altogether. But it does seem that it is more immersive than we have thought. But I guess it needs to be more immersed because we need to think it from a perspective that this is a game. I know that this is a really good idea and we were really dead serious about it, but we thought that we were going to get
we didn't want to be
attacked
attacked
from
we
the
didn't want to be
public.
criticized too much for adding that.
Okay,
Well,
let's move on to a
on.
different topic.
벤솔로지 만화를 원합니다.
No, we need an
Ah.
official
오프라인
anthology
행사에서
manga.
얇은 책이 상품으로 있다면
It would be great to have like a thin
Book or
book
manga.
or like a product at an offline event to
IP를 더
buy.
크게 키우는 차원에서
So in order to expand our IP or lore,
주제로 한 소재로 한 노벨라이즈
having a novelized or comicalized product based on the Browndust2 lore, that will be a project for next year, for example.
이제 아직은 이거는 이제 아트북도보다 좀 더 지금 추상적인 단계라서
The plan is less concrete than art book. I mean, for art book, I can say that we're targeting 3rd anniversary at 3.5th anniversary, but for a novelized or comicalized products, I can't say specifically when we're targeting, but I can definitely say that we want to do it.
Oh, are you going to be adding a world channel where you can chat with global fans? I think we will be able to give you a more concrete plan during our next broadcast, but we don't really have an entire channel where everybody is going to be joining. I think that some of the fans or we don't really want to head to this direction. So it's not going to be a chat for all, but it's going to be a more small
I'll do one more question
chat,
and then I'm out of here.
like a guild.
No need for me to stay any longer.
스팀에서 이용하면 다른 버전에서 다른 버전엔 없는
If I use the Steam version, will there be some exclusive content that's not available in other versions?
No, they've said
No,
this. It's going to be the same.
all the same. It's just our effort to expand our platforms.
Oh man, I swear that question's been asked so many times.
좀더
One more.
다양한 사이버펑크 스타일.
What about cyberpunk styles? Would you add more variety into it?
That'd be
I
nice.
guess that more furnitures would do. Yeah, we'll definitely deliver it to our team.
But it has to come with regional concepts, right? Not just furniture.
Isn't
It's
it connected to the
pack.
pack? Yeah, we actually had it. I think it was separate, but it was the resources that we used were in the pack, but we had separate ones as well. But for self-cut, it's going to be included in our winter pack. I'm not so sure, but it is definitely a possibility. It's going to be after Nightmare. So in the 2024 winter pack, there's a cyberpunk style map that we have created, but maybe we can utilize the resources that we already have.
Okay.
We want more Ustia costumes.
No,
Ustia
we're
is like the
done.
mascot of Browndust2.
We're done with UCA costumes.
It's probably
No
referring
more.
to the Holy Ustia.
Well,
I think
완성도가 아직은 높아서
the character itself is very mature, so I don't think that we can add more costumes.
다른 캐릭터
Yeah,
Other-
we're done with UCA.
어떤 코스튬 그 밸런스 같은 것들이 좀
Characters
완성도가
need to be considered from a balance
Absolutely.
perspective, because overall we need an upgrade in the costume level. From a business perspective,
Okay.
we can't really boost Ustia.
All right, guys.
yeah, and Jenith could do it
Let me
herself,
see.
but as we have added a costume for
one sec.
Ustia, definitely it is a possibility, but she has so many costumes. And for the top tier Ustia, there's nothing that we have in plan, but we want to show better looks in the story, so I guess that it is still left as a possibility. Maybe we can show a different appearances, different looks of Ustia in the story.
그건 좀 궁금하긴 한데 신성기아의 새 코스튬 추가가 빠를까?
Is it faster to add a prestige skin or a costume to Ustia?
For Holy Ustia, well, maybe we can add an interaction. For like normal Ustia, there's also
Okay.
like
I'll get this ready.
these kind of features, which is why it might feel. Like
All right,
we're
guys.
leaning towards
I'm
her.
gonna get out of here. If you guys want, let me know if there's anything interesting to QA. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay too long for these. They kind of ask the same questions, and I've listened to all QAs, and yeah, we're getting Annie next month, so I mean, there's really not much more to ask. And they kind of explain their roadmap for 2026. So, I'll be making a little update video with my predictions on the characters. Maybe I'll touch on the story pack changes. Maybe not, but we'll definitely be talking about the new characters and minor updates within Browndust2. So, yeah, look out for that video later today. Appreciate you guys for coming. This was nice. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll be doing a stream very, very soon, guys. All right, I gotta go. Later. Good night. Good night. Well, good morning for me, right? Later.